In the WNBA's late game in LA, the Sparks hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to beat New York 98-97. The IndyCar winner was Christian Lundgaard at Road America in Wisconsin. And on the streets of San Diego at Naval Base Coronado, a NASCAR win for Corey Heim, a part-time driver. At the College World Series, North Carolina stayed alive, taking Game 2 over Oklahoma. The Sunday night ball game to the Phillies over the Mets 6-2. Kyle Schwarber hit its 29th homer. I'm Steve DeSager.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, no Cody McClure this week as he is back home in Arkansas taking care of some family business. I got my P team here, led by Captain Bad News Bubba.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Happy to see you, Bubba. You're my new old reliable. You're my guy. You're my man, Bubba. Don't let nobody ever tell you any different.
I'm that S10 out in the yard that don't look pretty. Has been beat all to heck, but it'll get you to and from the dump if you need it to.
And people romanticize about those trucks as they get older. They miss them. The old pickup that would always fire up. That could get you to the trash dump if you needed. And introducing Josh Lovitz, new here to Fan Run. Josh is going to be sitting in with us this week. Josh, top of the morning to you. How are you, my friends?
I'm pretty solid. Pretty solid. How are you doing?
Doing good. Glad that you are here. Excited to talk to you. Appreciate you coming in and getting the morning shift started here.
Yeah, I appreciate you giving me the call, late last week and checking in with me yesterday. Happy to do it.
Good deal. We'll learn about you. We'll introduce you to the audience. We'll pick your brain. Josh, a college football athlete, former D1 player that's now slumming it up with Bubba. When you were in that locker room with all those other athletes, did you think that this guy was going to be your new main sidekick right here?
Yeah, maybe not specifically this guy, but, I had an idea of who I might be working with. So
there's got to be locker room guys, John. You got to know your role.
I know, and you're a great locker room, Bubba. You're a great locker room guy. I always say that. Did you have a good weekend, Bubba?
It was all right. I mean, Friday I got to watch the World Cup with you and the other people down at Barley's for a little watch party.
It was great. It was always a good time when you show up.
I enjoyed seeing all the faces and camaraderie with friends. Saturday didn't do much. Took that lawn, put B2A to the grass out there. Had to take care of that.
Let's go.
Didn't really feel like doing anything else, though. And then yesterday, Father's Day, just, spent time at home.
Do anything special for Papa?
I went out of my way and I bought him some ribeye steaks.
Nice. Did you cook them for him too, or did you let him cook them?
Nah, he cooks his. I cook my own.
Okay.
We've reached that understanding.
Really?
Yeah. Because my mom is one of them well done.
Sure.
So he just makes it easier and just cooks all the steaks at the same temperature.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I can't be doing this, man. So, I'm out there with all my little, meat thermometers, got the old chef press out there, really just trying to.
So does he cook inside and you cook outside, or?
No, I mean, we share the grill,
Okay.
but typically I wait for like last 5 minutes he's about done, and then I'll, go ahead and step up to the plate, put mine on there.
Okay. So he's cooking his how?
He just cooks his like a medium well, if not well done.
And you cook yours?
Medium rare.
Okay. So you let him get done, then you just throw yours on for a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he likes on medium well, or does he just do that
I think
because
he just does it out of just laziness.
Just placate your
That
mom?
way he ain't got to keep going back and forth
Yeah.
between the house and the backyard. So it's just I'll just bring them all in on a platter at once.
Yeah, just placate your mom. And he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of sad if that's the case.
It happens, man.
To have that
Don't get married.
To have that beaten out of him. But credit to your mom, I guess, for standing up, saying she doesn't want them.
Yeah.
Undercooked.
If it's pink, she's running away.
Not me. In case she's listening. Josh, what about you? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Got to watch one of my best friends get married on Friday. So
nice.
That was pretty special. And then yesterday was Father's Day. Just took my dad out and played some disc golf. So it was a good time.
Nice. Your dad plays disc golf?
Yeah, we both do. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Any good?
I am, yeah. I mean, I can shoot somewhat regularly under par. So I'm way better at disc golf than I am actual golf. So I have much more of a fun time with that.
How many courses are there in Knoxville that you frequent? Just a couple?
Yeah, there's a good bit in Knoxville. The one that I play at the most is Admiral Farragut Park.
Okay.
That's kind of my home course. But there's one in Oak Ridge I go to a lot. There's one at Plum Creek Park I go to a lot. There's a couple downtown. There's one in at Tommy Shumpert that a lot of people go to. And then once you get out towards Morristown, also there's some nice ones. There's one at Clayton Homes, that their office, they've got one that kind of goes around. So
now, how often are you playing?
I try to play at least once a week. That hadn't been the case the past couple of weeks. I've been pretty busy with coaching in here. But since we're on the dead period now, I should be able to get back to going at least once a week. If I can go twice a week, I will. But I try to go once a week.
How about that? Glad you guys had a good weekend. Nothing really special for me. Did enjoy Friday, getting with some people. Shout out to everybody who came and watched Team USA soccer with us. That was fun. Bubba, do you have World Cup fever yet? Or are you in on the boys or still on the fence?
On USA?
Yeah. Just the boys.
Tim Howard kind of put me down over the weekend by making a comment.
Well, yeah. I saw some people agree with that.
And I respect him because, VFL.
Sure.
So
he loves the Vols.
It kind of squandered my hopes a little bit.
I think he's just trying to be a little bit realistic.
Yeah, he was. But I kind of agree with Bubba. Now's not the time to come throw cold water on us. Just say, hey, because you had what, Zlatan?
Yeah, Zlatan said that he thinks we could.
They asked Zlatan, and he was just like, yes. He didn't say, well, if they play 3 perfect games, if they play their best game 3 times in a row. He just said yes, which, that fired me up, Zlatan. Thank you. They asked Tim Howard if he thought America could win the World Cup, and he's like, well, they have to play their best game, and then they have to do it 2 more times.
He's not wrong. I mean, they would.
Yeah.
I'll say this, though. Our draw seems to be getting a little bit more favorable past the group stage.
Yeah, I have noticed that, too, is that, the path to the final 8, the quarterfinals is set up pretty nicely.
Well, even late last night, we got some help with Egypt beating New Zealand. Now they're atop of that group, and we would maybe potentially draw Egypt instead of Belgium in the round of 16.
And that'd be a big deal, yeah. Yeah, that would be a nice get. Although right now I see the projection has us playing Ecuador, which I think is kind of a scary team. I know they haven't played well so far, but I know that was a team people really liked coming into the tournament as a sleeper. So that one would be kind of tough. But the odds, like you said, Josh, have the most likely opponents being Egypt, like you said.
Well, I know the odds have our most likely. I know it'd
be Bosnia in the round of 32,
or
and then Egypt.
They play in a day or two. They play each other. We need somebody to win that game. If they draw, we'll probably play Ecuador. If somebody wins that game, we play them no matter what.
Okay.
So be rooting for a result there, basically.
And that would be ideal. been a good World Cup so far. But yeah, getting together with everybody on Friday and having some goals, that was pretty cool. Then Saturday, I had not a wedding, but an engagement celebration.
Congrats.
Wasn't for me.
Oh.
I already did that and had my little celebration. But my friend Bradley, he proposed, and then we had a little surprise get together.
I have a question. Why can't people just consistently have engagement parties and get together? Like they're so excited to be engaged to each other that they're just like, you know what? Let's do it in 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks later, it's like, let's do it again. Another engagement party.
I just don't think that everyone wants the hassle of having to be the center of attention and like make people feel obligated to come do stuff. Now, if your question, Bubba, is just why don't people want to party more? Okay, I could get on board with that question of like, hey, we should celebrate the things in life that get us all together. But like just me personally, as I've tried to start planning stuff, I'm like, okay, we got to invite people here. Okay, then I got to invite people here on this. Oh, one more thing we got to do. And then by the time you get to like the fourth or fifth thing you're inviting people to get together for, you start feeling a little bit like you're a hassle to them, like an inconvenience to them. So I imagine everyone feels that way, Bubba. But then, yeah, yesterday, no Father's Day celebration for me. I don't have any kids or a dad anymore. So I just watched golf. I just sat there and watched a lot of golf and a lot of women's basketball, Bubba. That's how I spent my Sunday. Rooting sort of against Wyndham Clark, but then sort of for Wyndham Clark.
So you'll have to educate me on the golf tournament. I watched some golf, did not watch a lick of it this past weekend.
Well, either you got it or you don't. And by it, I mean just an interest, like an intrigue in golf, especially the majors. If it's not enough to get you there for the U.S. Open, I probably don't need to explain it to you because you're probably not going to care. Because you knew it was like a grand slam. You knew it was like a major.
I knew. I try to watch all the majors.
Yeah.
It's just this past weekend, I just didn't come around to it.
Yeah, which, I mean, it was a wire-to-wire winner. It was a wire-to-wire winner. A guy, was able to take advantage of some conditions on Thursday afternoon, build a lead, and then I give Wyndham Clark a lot of credit. He never buckled. He never gave in to the pressure or the outside noise, nor did he really cry and complain. If Rory McIlroy was getting the treatment that Wyndham Clark was getting this weekend, he would have had the whole damn place shut down. Because Wyndham Clark is the opposite of a fan favorite. He is kind of working heel. And they were booing and rooting against him and cheering whenever his shots went off the green or into the bunker. They were yelling at him to get back in the bunker. And he just kind of took it on the chin and kept playing.
I mean, in recent memory, he really cemented himself as a heel for what he did at Oakmont.
Well, that's what basically it's carried on. I mean, he beat the hell out of the locker room after getting mad. He wanted some relief. The officials wouldn't give it to him. He had a couple bad shots, and then he just had a complete meltdown. Then, yeah, apparently he kicked and took a club to the locker room in there and got kicked out of Oakmont. And they're basically like, "You're not welcome back here." And he never really apologized for it. He'd kind of he'd do some half-hearted apologies, but never just like a straight up "Yeah, what I did was wrong. I'm sorry. That was messed up." It was always just kind of beating around the bush of yeah, some stuff happened. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. And then, there's some couple other things where he was acting like a baby throwing a club and just a little too cocky. But I thought he handled himself awesomely this weekend. And as the fans were, just openly rooting against him yesterday, he took it on the chin. And I think afterwards even still said hey, I love New York. And was basically yeah, I get it. You're rooting for Scotty to win a Grand Slam and you don't like me. And hopefully I can win you over. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I think that's a big weekend for him.
Is he the one that had that weird situation where he's kind of moving the grass clippings and stuff? Yeah.
Is he a younger guy or is he older?
I don't think he's necessarily young anymore, but he's definitely not old.
Okay.
He's 32 years old. So, okay. I mean.
Yeah. In the prime.
Yeah, right there in his prime. And, it's a second U.S. Open. So, I mean, you start getting into that elite club whenever you start racking up major, multiple majors and multiple U.S. Opens. He's like, hey, Scotty can't even win one U.S. Open. I've won two. What's so hard about this? But no, I thought it was a a cool tournament. And then you got some drama because he was kind of choking and Sam Burns was coming for him. Were you watching, Bubba? Did you see Sam Burns' putt on 18?
I did not.
He had a chance to really put some pressure on him, and it's about as close as you could get to making a putt while still having it miss. He had about like a 15-foot putt for a birdie that would have tied the tournament. And it just barely rolled to the right. And he hit his knees and dropped his club and was just like, And then Clark had, needed to just par 18 to win. And he got on the green about 50 feet away. Okay, can he get it? Can he get it there in 2? And then his first putt he puts right next to the hole for a nice little tap in. But it was good. It was good golf. Scotty kind of let me down. Never made a move. You keep wanting to make this guy Tiger Woods, but then he fails to kind of do some actual Tiger Woods stuff. I know Tiger wasn't great on Sundays either, unless he had the lead. Like that was kind of Tiger's thing for most of my life, was that like he had to have the lead after 54 holes in a major, but then once he got the lead, he wasn't giving it up.
Or if he just wore the color red.
Well, no, he wore the color red every Sunday. It didn't always do the trick, but like Tiger didn't really make a lot of Sunday comebacks. Tiger would always kind of be in the lead on. If he got there after 54 holes, he was going to defend it and win it. But Scotty had some chances yesterday, I thought, and at the Masters this year to really grab the tournament.
He definitely did at the Masters.
Yeah, he just failed to kind of make putts. He just couldn't get it going.
A couple people could have caught Rory.
Yeah, no, Rory almost gagged. Kind of like Wyndham Clark. Rory blew a big lead and, got down a couple shots.
It was to Justin Rose, right?
Right.
Didn't he take the lead for a little bit?
Yeah. And then, Wyndham never relinquished it, but got to where it was within 1. And every time it did, he would make a big play. So that's how I spent my Father's Day, watching some golf.
Well, how about Bryson just kind of faltering again? I mean, he's had a really rough year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, he has. And he's missed the cut in 3 of the last 4 majors. And he's really representing this generation of like people who maybe don't have their priorities in line. And like,
just go do YouTube videos, man.
Yeah, like people just want to be influencers. And like, Bryson, he made a lot of money, going to live the 54 tour. And then, he's built a big following on YouTube. But it does feel like, Bubba, it has ruined his competitive drive and like his competitive edge when it comes to these. He was great on Thursday and then was awful on Friday, then went home for the weekend.
I mean, the other cool thing about this was there's 3 VFLs in the field there.
Well, that's cool about the U.S. Open is that a lot of amateurs. I want to say there's like 20 amateurs that get invited, that get to play, that earn their way there. And that's cool to watch.
Well, didn't one of Garrett's buddies end up playing?
I don't know. I didn't. If that's true, I didn't talk to him about that.
Well, I'll have to ask him today. I believe he said something about that. He was talking about it.
Interesting. All right, Bubba, send us a break. We'll come back. We got a little Tennessee football updates, a little Tennessee recruiting update. Shameful move this weekend by one of our ops. We'll dive into it as Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Drums, please.
The recruitment of David Gabriel Georges, a.k.a. DGG, a.k.a. the main target and potential crown jewel of Tennessee's 2027 recruiting class. That saga took a turn over the weekend as Ohio State willing to get a little desperate as they go out and offer David's good friend and roommate and buddy from down at the Baylor school, as they offer Jordan Darren DeGila. You may ask who Jordan Darren DeGila is, and you would not be alone, as that's a name that most football fans would not have known, as he's not a big-time prospect at all. If you go to his On3 page, you'll see that it doesn't exist. If you go to his 247 page, you'll see that he's got some interest from Georgia State and Kennesaw State, but that's a far cry from the Ohio State. So it's clearly a ploy for Ohio State to placate and try to match maybe Tennessee when it comes to relationships with DGG and his family.
Yeah, I think it just shows us how good of a spot we're in. If we're making them do this kind of stuff. And
okay.
when a month ago, I thought Ohio State was the favorite for a long time, for the better part of the last year. And then when I saw that this weekend, I was like, oh, that just tells me Ohio State's not very confident in where they're at. So it's like, okay, we got to go do something above and beyond what we were planning on doing, and that was that.
So you look at it as glass half full.
Yeah, I do.
Does it make you worry at all? Does the glass start losing a little liquid whenever Ohio State does make this offer, though? And then you see the reaction that Gabriel Georges has on Instagram. Neighbors to roommate to teammate, question, exclamation. Let's go. My day one with a picture of those two dapping each other up out on the field. Does that make you worry?
I mean, I don't love it, but I think that's just David kind of fueling the fire of his recruitment, just getting the engagement. If it's something we're truly concerned about, we can turn around and do it right back.
Yeah. Now Tennessee, like I said, they do have a leg up because they do have two of his former teammates already on, the team with Gabe Osinda and Jimyan, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Theodore. They have two guys there that DGG is already familiar with. And whenever he was here visiting, Austin Price of VolQuest made it a point to say, like, hey, he liked hanging out with those guys. He likes seeing those guys. That matters to him. Comfort, familiarity matters to him.
Is Joakim Dotson still on the roster for us or no?
Yeah, he is.
That's another Baylor guy.
Okay.
This kind of reminds me of something that we did in the past, and I'm trying to find a recent example, but the only one I can think of is Jerome Carvin and Jeremy Banks.
Now, both those guys
coming out of Cordova High School.
Yeah, but
they were both solid though.
Both those guys were 4 stars. I want to say there was something.
Maybe we did it with Zay Anderson and Greenville. I'm not 100% sure on that one.
I want to say there was something with the Herring brothers. Like one was lower ranked than the other.
Yeah, I think you're
right. And we gave the older brother an offer the year before in hopes of getting the younger brother the year after. So it's not completely unusual. Now, what I would say is that sometimes it'll be like a fringe 3-star and not just, again, not to try to put the guy down, but there's no profile on 3. So he's not an SEC or Big Ten caliber prospect so far in the process.
Some would say it's kind of the perfect guys yet to be discovered.
Sure, and maybe that guy gets to campus and he balls out, and maybe if you're Gabriel Georges, you have confidence in him being able to do just that. But also maybe something that would give me a little concern is what type of loyalty Gabriel Georges feels to his roommate and his good friend. I imagine Ohio State's not going to honor this scholarship offer unless DGG goes to school with him. So, do you feel obligated to be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to get my guy on the map. I'm going to get him at this big school. We're going to make these dreams come true. I'm sure as they're sitting around their apartment or their a dorm, I guess, at Baylor, they have conversations about playing college football. Like I said, if you're his friend, you probably have confidence in him. You're trying to gas him up. Yeah, you could do this. We just got to get you on the map. Now you got a chance. You hold the power to get him on the map, to get him at Ohio State. And I wonder what type of loyalty and pressure he feels in that situation. Now, like Josh said, if this actually is a good move, I personally have no issue with Tennessee saying, okay, yeah, here's a spot for you, brother. Come on.
Well, we can just offer him a spot and let NIL cover up his tuition.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to come to Tennessee? You want to come here and be on the team? This guy's important to you. David Gabriel Georges, bring him on. We got no issue with that. So, it's a headline grabber for Ohio State, but it's not it wasn't at the 12th hour when you had to make your final offer. You know what I mean? Because it's all negotiation now in recruiting, which is kind of funny. Relationships, yeah, those still matter. Proximity to home, yeah, those still matter. But every prospect probably has that last round of negotiations where it's hey, NIL wise, give me your best offer. Give me your best pitch on your vision for me. Give me your best pitch on what you can do for me and what you can do for my family and those people close to me. Ohio State played this card basically a month out, right? I want to say it's exactly a month out now, like July 22nd.
Yeah, that's the date.
It is the date for DGG to make his announcement. It is June 22nd, which again, it's not the midnight hour. You don't have to have your best offer in yet. Tennessee could easily say, okay, that matters to you. Boom, we'll match it. Now what? What are you going to do now, Ohio State? And that's
what I would do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just to even because I know it's been said that we're not going to be outbid by them. We're prepared to match and go above anything they're going to offer.
Can we like give this kid like that offer? Like he knows he has it, but like we don't want to like have to put out a big statement about it because that kind of makes us look like we're scrambling.
What position does the kid play?
It says wide receiver / safety. I mean, he's one of those guys. In high school, you're going to go two ways.
Yeah, two-way guy.
I don't think he has really any thought about what he was going to do at the next level. I don't know what Kennesaw State had. UT Martin had in mind for him, but he's listed as a wide receiver / safety.
Well, if you're playing at Baylor, I mean, you're a good football player to play down there.
Yeah, so. You're going to be able to play D1.
Yeah, well, like one of my teammates played at Baylor
for
the past couple of years. Yeah, two of them actually.
I wonder if this guy Jordan Darren Tajila, do you feel any like embarrassment, or do you feel like any like, oh man, I'm looking like a charity case, or is it just like, hey, I'm fired up, man, I'm going to Ohio State, let's go do this with or without DGG? I'm blessed. This is great because maybe now I'm going to be on somebody's radar. It does feel like just getting your profile raised is a good move for him ultimately, right?
Oh yeah, it helped. It's definitely the latter. If it were me, I would not care. I mean, Ohio State's looking at me now. It doesn't matter if it's because of David or whomever. They're looking at me now. I can post about it. One, it's making headlines.
So
many other programs are going to come in and look at you.
So many women are going to reply and say, "Congrats! Wow, this is huge. Good job." They're not going to know that you only got offered because your roommate and best buddy is a big time prospect. They already know that guy's the man. But like now, you get to say, "Yeah, I'm going to Ohio State too." Maybe.
No, well, and like I said, now you might have some bigger G5s be like, "Oh, Ohio State's looking at this guy. Maybe we should take a look at it." That happened with me when I was in the portal. When I got my PWO to Samford, and I posted about it. Austin P hit me up, MTSU hit me up. Now they hit me up late, and I didn't really entertain it. But like when you post that stuff, other coaches are going to see it and be like, maybe we should take a look at this kid.
Well, that's how I feel on the outside looking in. Whenever like some so and so commits to Auburn or commits to Alabama, you're like, okay, well, hold on, should we talk to this guy? Or he gets an offer from those schools, for these Tennessee kids. You're like, okay, wait, do we talk to him? Do we need him? If they're getting D1 attention, Power 5, Power 4 attention, we should at least kick the doors on them, right? But we'll see. That was the weekend update as Ohio State. I kind of like your approach on it, Josh, where you're saying Ohio State now just looks desperate.
I mean, that was just my first takeaway from it. I know it was a lot of other people's first takeaway too, and I was looking through comment sections and whatnot. It was just like, oh, maybe they're not as. I mean, if you've noticed, if you've been on Twitter, Ohio State fans, they were real chatty about him for a while, and the past month they've really just kind of stopped talking about him. They're just, I don't think they're very confident anymore. And that's not saying he might still end up there, but they definitely don't feel as good about him as they did a month ago.
Well, look, Ohio State, I can't say I have nothing but respect for them because I do have a lot of hatred for them. Like I do have a lot of disdain for them, but ultimately I do have respect for them and their program going head to head for elite prospects. Tennessee has been able to be on the right side of a couple, but at the same time, you acknowledge that you're going after maybe the premier program in football right now. What I won't stand for is what I saw over the weekend where Ole Miss reporters were saying that this recruiting battle for Gabriel Georges was down between Ohio State and Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
That's what they were writing.
That's just wrong.
Like, Ole Miss is going head to head with Ohio State as the top two. I'm like, well, are you that delusional? Or are you just that big of a liar to your subscribers that or
your source is just that bad?
Yeah, are you that bad at what you're doing, or are you just trying to pander to your fan base that much to get them excited over something that doesn't seem realistic at all.
What if they know something that we don't?
Well, there was a part of me, Bubba, that thought that for like, a half a second. I was like, wait a second. Does Ole Miss know something? I'm like, no. We'd hear about it if Ole Miss was legitimate.
We would hear it from people not associated with.
Are they also going to offer his roommate?
They got nothing to lose. Hell, invite the whole Baylor team, I guess. Although I shouldn't say that. Ole Miss was in the playoff. I shouldn't treat them like they're completely poor. It's a new era there. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to put Ole Miss down too much, but like, I don't buy what they're selling that it's a 2-horse race and that those 2 horses are Ohio State and Ole Miss. I ain't buying that. Ohio State, I'll take their chirping. Ole Miss, hold on now.
So Ohio State can chirp us all they want after what they did to us 2 years ago. I
mean, that's
as much as it sucked and as much as they were awful to me being up there and every other Tennessee fan that I know, they beat the crap out of us, so they can say whatever they want.
I gotta say the team did me dirty. I didn't have too many bad interactions with their fans.
Oh, mine was awful.
I hope they burn in a place.
Really, they're mean to both of you?
Oh, they were awful to my entire family.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we took the whole family up there. My brother was 10 at the time, and he got cussed and stuff thrown at. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad.
What'd they do to you, Bubba?
The night before, they kept just like, they'd take my hat off my head and just start throwing it in the street and stomping on it.
Really?
I mean,
they kept trying to like fight us, and it's like, brother, like I'm just here to like listen to music and
watch a football game tomorrow.
Yeah.
What kind of hat were you wearing?
A Vols hat,
Okay.
corduroy.
I didn't know if you were wearing like a coonskin cap or something.
No,
and they were like hitting my dad's glasses off his face like during the game and stuff.
They were
like,
doing what?
Yeah, they were like knocking my dad's glasses off his face.
Were you sitting in the student section?
No, we were up top.
See, we were in like the season ticket holder area for them. So they kept like elbowing us. My friend's girlfriend got a nice, elbow right behind the ear. They took away her chair backs, and then a lot of words were exchanged, and it's like
interesting.
I think they're all scumbags.
Where were you sitting for that game?
I was sitting in like the corner. I like the corner end zone, so like that's where I'm always going to try to sit if I'm buying tickets. So I bought some in the end zone where Ohio State scored later in the game, not off the jump. So I don't know if it was north or south or whatever, but I was down one of the corner of the end zones. And
the one with the flagpole or the opposite end of the flagpole?
I believe it was the one with the flagpole.
So I was in the one with the flagpole too. So you must have not been too far from me where all this was going down.
Now I was in the lower level, so maybe
Okay.
people were a little bit more dignified down the lower level. Maybe they weren't as much of heathens. The guy I sat next to, I mean, like it was the worst. It was the opposite. I wish he'd have been mean to me because he was just like, he was like doing the whole poor little Ohio State thing and like, you guys are going to come back. You guys are going to beat us. We're not very good. We're just so frustrating. We lost to Michigan, yada, yada, yada. Then they're up 21-0. He's like, no, don't give up. We're known to blow leads. Like he was just being super nice and telling me about one of the Ohio State's best players playing against him in high school basketball. And I wanted to be mad, but he was so nice that I just had to sit there and take it as my team was getting their ass kicked.
I had some military men next to me, and they were kind of nice, but they were also like doing the same, like, oh, pity. And it's like, man, like, don't do this. But then the guys behind us, though, they were just whatever. And then Ryan Day's like butt buddy from childhood was there from the same neighborhood, and he's like, oh, yeah, me and Ryan go way back. Like, you don't know nothing. And it's like, brother, I do not care your relationship to this head coach that's a scumbag.
You should have said, I would have thought he had you better seats. I thought if you're his best friend from childhood, you can't get a sideline pass. You can't get down.
Our seats were pretty good.
Not on the sideline.
But we were 7 rows up.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. How'd you get those? Just bought them?
Yeah. Well, just, around the time the prices fell, and it was like.
I mean, you probably forget how cheap they were. I mean, it was very, very reasonable to get up there.
No, it was hard to get in when they first went on sale. Like whenever, you were trying to get tickets and we had to use that code and everything. But then,
when we stole their Ticketmaster code, that was hilarious, by the way, that we did that.
Yeah, it would have been real cool. It would have been legendary had we won. Otherwise, it just looked dumb after they kicked our ass.
I wouldn't say it looked dumb. I mean, our fan base showed up, and we had probably 35% of that stadium. I mean, there was a lot of us there.
Yeah. It doesn't look as dumb as the players being on the field without their shirts on.
No.
That's going to stand the test of time in terms of just bad, dumb decisions.
Any team that does that, it never ends up working out for them.
You said you don't think so, Bubba? No, that gets made fun of. That's going to stand.
That's just the guys trying to fire themselves up. That has nothing to do with the play on the field. That's just them being boys.
But if you do it, you got to go back. You can't play like they did. If you do it, you got to go. Play well. You can't lose by 35 points.
It's like the guys that whenever they lose and they try to protect the other team from planting their flag. Like, you already lost, brother. Don't act like
I can get behind that. Nobody's planting a flag.
Hey, you
anywhere
lost
around
though.
me.
I mean, they can do whatever they want.
Not that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with starting a fight or something over that. But
well, maybe we can beat Ohio State in recruiting battles. We did it with David Sanders, and then we kind of did it with Legend Bay
but then not really.
a couple days. We beat them for like 24 hours on Legend Bay, and then we didn't. So
maybe we can try to do this with Mr. Georges here, where it's like, hey, do it and then come to us.
Take their money, sign, and then transfer. Brilliant. He doesn't even have to worry about transferring because he's going to commit in July. That's still time to properly flip, which also scary. I mean, whenever somebody, you got to worry about getting them over the next couple months.
Yeah, I mean, the recruiting won't end in July. I mean,
yeah.
We need to stay on him until I won't feel, completely comfortable until he signs.
I do appreciate David Gabriel Georges for giving us something to talk about though over the last month and a half. It's nice to have like an actual like big fish you're competing for, one that you convince yourself is going to be a superstar if you get him, but that it'll be okay if you don't get him. This is a big guy for Josh Heupel. Very important, major target and major crown jewel if you're able to land him. We'll talk about some Tennessee football storylines coming up after the break. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work-hard, play-hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
It does just further the points of how big this season is for Tennessee. Talking, about just recruiting, and if you're able to go out and land this big-time 5-star, which Tennessee does still feel like they're in a good position to do so, which I do think would cause ripples nationally. I do think would make a statement nationally. Once Ohio State is pulling out gimmicks like they just did with, a guy that's not on the radars of other big-time schools, that is 100% going out and offering this guy just because of who he is friends with and who his roommate is. Once Ohio State does that, they cannot say, well, we didn't really want Gabriel Georges. We had plenty of other options. Like this is Ohio State kind of pushing their chips into the table perception-wise and saying we're all in trying to land this guy.
Do you think that looks bad for us, though? Because it's like we've established that we really want this guy, but if we don't follow suit, it's like how far are we willing to go?
Well, it's a little bit what we talked about. Like Tennessee has the option of doing that now. Like if we talk to their camp, if we talk to the family, and this is something that would be willing to like tip the scale in their favor, if this kid, if his roommate, if his buddy means that much to him, then you just say we'll do the same thing. He can come here too. And like Josh said, he don't even have to have a scholarship per se because of the way, NIL works now. He can just walk on. We'll have somebody pay his tuition, and we'll make sure he gets some money out of it too.
So as a non-athlete, would you accept a pity offer to an extent to where that you're just kind of there?
He is an athlete. He is an athlete. So he's still just going to practice those, what I'm saying. Like he still gets to
work his way up the depth chart if he plays well.
He still gets to be a part of the team.
And like I said, he plays at Baylor. He's got to be at least a decent football player.
Would you rather, and Josh, you have some experience here, like when you went to Samford, were you going there just like, hey, I'm just going to go play football and get my education and make friends? Or like, was it like, hey, in today's climate, you can go to a lower level, play really good, and then maybe be able to transfer somewhere higher?
Well, so that's what I did. Y'all probably don't know this. I went D3 out of high school.
Okay.
And I transferred up after 1 year.
Okay.
So there were some other circumstances as to why I transferred, but I transferred after 1 year, and I got way more interest after being in the portal or being in college for a year than I did coming out of high school.
Right. So I do wonder if this friend, like if he actually wants to play football, then maybe you don't go to Ohio State. Maybe you don't go to Tennessee. If you actually want to play, because, you said he could work his way up the depth chart, and that's true, but like I feel like that would be a 3 or 4 year journey at the very least if he ever was able to do it. Now we have had, walk-ons get to play. We've had some of those stories,
he'll play against Furman. Like he'll play in those games. And one thing he could do is he could go for a year and then practice with an SEC team, be in an SEC weight room, and then transfer to a G5 team, come in as that SEC guy and get some attention and play and get a better opportunity there.
That's an interesting angle. So that's the opposite of what I was talking about. I was talking about going start small and actually get on the field, and maybe you could actually have a career. And by the time you're a junior or a senior, you could be a transfer where you could maybe go up a level. But I like your idea too of just like, hey, go eat all the good food and be around all the great coaches and be around all the coaches that have connections, because, there's a pretty good chance that somebody at Ohio State or somebody from Tennessee would take a job somewhere in the Group 5, and then you have that connection. Then you could actually go play football at a higher level and in a better standing where maybe you come in bigger, faster, stronger than you would be. And you could maybe, start at Kennesaw State if you ended up there versus going there straight out of high school.
So I know like the whole team's essentially recruiting him, but like according to 247, they're giving credit to the running backs coach. So for us, D-Rail Sims is the recruiter for David, whereas for Ohio State, it's their Carlos Laughlin.
Okay.
He, recruited Legend Bay.
Okay.
Whereas this would be, the highest recruit ever for Mr. Sims, because like his next biggest was Dwayne Morris, who committed here. So it's like, do you think that plays any aspect at all, or no?
No, I don't. And it's because of what you said, like Tennessee's whole staff. Like it's a full court press. Now, Gabriel Georges has come out and said that he likes Coach Sims and that they do have a good relationship. So, like, that's a good thing that he is talking highly about him. But I doubt a prospect the level of this is making his decision on who his position coach is. That to me, Bubba, if I was a 5-star athlete that could go to pretty much any school I wanted, that would be like 13th or 14th on my checklist. Not saying it wouldn't matter at all, but like I'd be worried about my NIL package.
Yeah, but is he worried about like, okay, this guy's only worked with, maybe underlooked talent around that 3-4-star range? Like, what about a guy that's expected to have the weight of the shoulders on,
I still, again, I'm looking through the lens of a 5-star. If I'm a 5-star, the position coach isn't the difference between me going into the NFL or not. Like, I have that talent. I just got to go there, get the ball. I'm good enough. I'm going to make it happen.
Well, if he's concerned about Sims at all, just look at what he did with Deshaun Bishop. He was a walk-on from Carnes High School, and now he's a 1,000-yard rusher and an All-SEC caliber back coming into this season.
Yeah, whereas Lachlan, at Ohio State, like I don't know. He joins. He's only been on the staff since April of 2024. So it's not like he's really developed any running backs from scratch there. You know what I mean? Like, like Travion Henderson and Quinshaw Junkins, but both those guys were already really damn good players by the time he got there.
Well, we had Dylan Sampson come through here too, and he broke our school record for rushing touchdowns this season.
Right, but I'm just saying from the Ohio State perspective,
Sure.
like Judkins was already a finished product.
By the time he got there.
Yeah, like he was already established as maybe the best running back in the SEC. So I don't think like Ohio State gets credit for developing him.
I mean, do you not think that they could make the argument though, where it's like, he knows how to handle players with this certain caliber to him?
Sure.
Whereas,
that entire program does, though. That's what they do.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's going to be Ohio State's. I mean, one of their biggest selling points is like, hey, we are an NFL factory, and
they might not know how to treat you down there because they would, they've never had a guy like you before.
Sure. Now that works both sides. So if I'm Tennessee, I'd be like, hey, we've had guys way less talented than you that we've got to the NFL. Dylan Sampson got to the NFL. Jalen Wright got to the NFL. Now they haven't necessarily flourished just yet. Now Sampson's been okay. We'll see what happens with Sampson's career. He was good as a rookie behind Quinshaw Junkins, ironically enough. But like, if I'm Gabriel Georges and I'm a 5-star, I'm not worried about what a 3-star does and where he got developed. You know what I mean? Like I'm just worried about like, hey, what's the NIL package look like? What's my relationship with the head coach? What's my relationship to the city? Do I like being on that campus? Are the girls beautiful? Does this place look like I can have some fun? Do they have a weight room that can get me to the NFL? Like all that stuff matters to me maybe more than like, hey, here's my position coach. I like him a little bit better than the other position coach. Because I always say it, if I'm a 5-star and I'm a big-time prospect, my goal number 1 is NFL. Then to me, it used to be like winning a championship might be goal number 2. Maybe goal number 2 is now NIL package. Maybe championship's actually 3rd on the list. Maybe for some guys it's different. But like, I think every 5-star, Bubba, is just like, can I get to the NFL? And Tennessee is still a have when it comes to that. Now, we haven't put as many guys in the NFL lately as Ohio State. Now, that is true. But it's not like you can't get to the NFL if you come to Tennessee. We're still doing our job there.
So when you say NFL, are we talking just enough to make like the squad, or is it like like starter status?
Well, ideally, if I'm a 5-star, I'm thinking like, hey, I want to be a first-round pick. I want to be a starter. Like I want to come somewhere where I can flourish, and then I can go make millions of dollars playing professionally and reach that goal. And Tennessee, like I said, still a have when it comes to that.
And if you've watched any film on him, or just looked at him at all, he's gonna get. He's a stud.
Like he seems like he has every tool. Like it seems like he has the speed and size already.
Pass blocking.
Bubba's been really hard on his pass blocking. So next time you watch his film, Josh, maybe watch with pass blocking in mind.
Well, he play at Catholic this year? Like, doesn't he come up here for that game?
I don't know.
I want to say, I'll double check. Yeah. I believe he does.
I don't know what Baylor's schedule is.
Which, if that's the case, that game is going to be either he's already committed by that point. So if he's an Ohio State commit, it's going to be must see either way, because he'll be here or there then.
That'd be tough. But it's one of those. I started the segment saying like, even if you get this commitment or you don't get the commitment, it's just another 10 pounds you're throwing on the scale of pressure for Josh Heupel this year.
Yeah, they play at Knox Catholic the day before Halloween.
Okay.
Last regular season game.
It's the night of my wedding celebration.
So we'll fill you in.
Bubba, hopefully you still come to the party and don't go watch the high school football game.
I'm just now getting the invites, so
Well, I haven't sent out official invitations yet, Bubba. But hopefully you choose me over going to watch DGG. But that'll be like you said, Josh. That'll be the city will be buzzing one way or the other, either because the Tennessee kid is here and everybody's rooting for him, or he's the enemy that maybe you're still trying to make that last ditch effort to convince to come to your school. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends should. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment. And Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment. And Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Should we do the trend with him? Should we show him the trend?
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Bubba, I'll give you an assist. I'll throw you an alley-oop. I'll help get headlines started off for you. Because the GOAT is officially back. I'm fired up for Wimbledon now as Serena Williams officially says she is playing in the singles competition. They're giving her a wild card spot, which I assume means that she'll have to play one of the top seeded players early on in the tournament.
You would think, but it's also Serena, so they might,
Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly how they do the seeding, but I mean, she's not going to come in ranked at all, and she's going to be a wild card. So, I would imagine that means that she would play like Sabalenka or somebody in round 1, which would be kind of crazy.
Whoa.
Which I hope not. Although you're right, Bubba. I've always been a little bit of a fan of Sabalenka, and I assume you're barking at her swimsuits like TikTok she did. Yeah. Damn creep. Respectfully. So Serena had previously said she was going to play doubles with her sister. But now she has said, I'm also coming for the Wimbledon singles. So that's pretty cool.
She doing both then?
Yeah.
So it seems like.
No, yeah, she's going to do both. She's going to do both. And it starts up, next week? Next week. So she's got a week to kind of get ready. We got a week to kind of fill it out, and I think it'll be must-see TV. Shout out to the GOAT.
People will tune in.
Yeah, I mean, I will. I like watching and trying to appreciate our GOATs, and she's one of them. I wish I would have respected maybe watching Tom Brady more when I still had him. I kind of rooted against Tom while still kind of being maybe in awe of what he did. I've been rooting for LeBron the last 5 or 6 years as he's kind of went towards the end of his career, as he keeps going and going. Messi today, getting another.
Messi.
We'll see if he can score today. He's playing here in a couple hours.
Yeah, he's at noon, I think.
Yeah, you got to soak in those last hours.
Because this is his last World Cup, period.
You would imagine.
At
At 39.
If he can keep playing at this level, though, he can play as long as he wants.
But I imagine at 39,
but you'd think he'd be done.
But I saw a World Cup highlight from 8 years ago where when he checked off, the announcer was like, that's probably the last time you'll ever see Messi in a World Cup game, and then he scored a hat trick.
Yeah, well, he's here 2 later also.
Yeah. All right, Bubba, the floor is yours.
Nothing really official yet, but there's a big old NBA trade situation happening with Giannis, and it seems like maybe the Celtics are kind of the first piece.
We are on Giannis watch.
As they are, according, to Polymarket, who's giving credit to Mr. Windhorst, who was, talking about being divorced. I don't know if you saw those tweets going, but they're saying
that was from a while ago.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite tweets, which at the time when I first read it, I took it as like a cry for help that like he was actually getting divorced, but he's stayed together with his wife since then. So I think he was just saying, hey, I'm on vacation. I got to get off my phone. But I remember the first time I saw that, it was like 1:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh no, Wendy, this is bad for him.
But it seems like the Celtics are kind of going to be the first piece by offering up Jaylen Brown. They haven't really mentioned anything else, so we're trying to go to the old NBA rumor mill to see what's happening there.
Yeah, we'll dive into that a little bit later, but the NBA draft is tomorrow. At least round 1 is tomorrow, which means it is now time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That snuck up on him.
Yep, which means it is now time for teams to start moving and shaking. Which, I mean, there was a trade last night, Bubba. The first trade of the offseason was your Atlanta Hawks making a shrewd move, going out and grabbing a Oklahoma City wing. They got a surplus in Oklahoma City of good, talented, young, cheap wings, and the Hawks went and grabbed Aaron Wiggins for 2 second-round picks. The Thunder able to save, I want to say $70 million off of their luxury tax bill.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, a horrible spot financially. So they had to move somebody.
Yep. Cost cutting matters for them. Yeah, they were able to save almost $70 million just from moving him. And the Hawks are able to get a good young perimeter player who can play some offense and play some really good defense. So it was a really good move for my Hawks.
I was going to ask more NBA questions, but if we're going to
ask me next segment. We'll talk some NBA next segment.
Heard. Speaking of trades, Brady Tkachuk joining his brother.
Okay, I'm a hockey moron. So Brady Tkachuk, can you give me a comparison to like an NFL player?
So the ones that people put, which I liked, was like J.J. Watt and T.J. Watt kind of teaming up.
Oh, okay, so they're both that good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they were both good enough to make the, USA Olympic team. And before that, whenever we were fighting Canada 3 times in a span of 2 minutes. But
okay, so they are legit. They're top players, and they're teaming up.
Yep.
Where at?
Believe
what city? Where are they getting traded to?
It's either.
I'm not a hockey guy either, so.
To really piss off the hockey audience.
Oh
here.
no!
I had it and I lost it.
You were doing so good.
Florida Panthers.
Okay.
They are trading for. So he was previously for the Ottawa Senators, and now he is leaving Canada, coming back to Florida.
USA.
This apparently is 2 first-round picks in the draft, as well as a future first and second round pick.
Oh wow. Okay. Which makes sense if he's as good as you're saying. I mean, if he's as good as either J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt.
The NHL does like their draft rights, which I think is pretty interesting. Because it's like, I guess they can almost essentially. I'm very casual in this, so I could be just misspeaking the whole thing, which I probably am. But I think that like they're able to almost claim dibs on a guy like if he goes to college, and that kind of spurs into argument where people are talking about the whole MLB college thing happening, but.
I mean, I think every sport can kind of do that. I think in the NBA it doesn't happen often, but like if a player gets drafted and goes back overseas or something, Bubba, you can hold his draft rights. And I'm pretty sure that has happened in the NFL too, where a junior has refused to like sign his contract and waited a year. I mean, I want to say that's what happened with John Elway, and then like the team held his rights for a year, and then ultimately they ended up having to make a trade. Because he's like, I'm not coming to ever play for you.
In college football news, this was a weird thing to see here.
Okay.
But I also believe it's satire, so
okay,
take it how you want. Matt Rule implementing a new policy.
Yeah, this isn't real.
Yeah.
Don't.
I got Centel.
Don't get Jason Swains. Don't get Jason Swains.
How about that?
But. Yeah, like Nebraska did unveil their new jerseys. Did you have any thoughts on those? I'm not a uniform guy, but I was kind of blown away at the negative reaction to them.
Thought they looked fine.
I don't think they're as bad as people were making them out to be. I don't know if I love the shoulder stripe placement.
See, I kind of like the shoulder stripes.
It's different.
I didn't like the pant stripe. Like if you wanted to have a problem, I didn't like the little like stripes at on the side of the pants the way they were.
But it's nowhere near as bad as people were freaking out and making it out to be.
I understand why they're doing it. I understand there's a weird section of Tennessee fans who decide they hate Adidas.
I think they're just scared to death that they're going to screw up our uniforms, but I don't think they realize that we have full control over that. And I don't anticipate a whole lot of changes.
So. Well, and Adidas did. I mean, our jerseys didn't look great in like 2011, 2012, 2013.
That was everybody that was Adidas back because they had like the tire mark on the front. Like they had that weird stuff.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the fear is like Adidas fumbled. They did fumble it pretty bad 15 years ago. So people are scared of that.
They've stepped. I mean, Adidas does Miami. Miami looks good.
Yeah. I think Miami looks good.
Well, I think we'll be fine.
I do too. But like, I was shocked at how many people were making fun of Nebraska yesterday because I saw them and I was like, oh, these are perfectly fine. Like, I don't love the numbering. But like I don't like it on the Los Angeles Rams either. But it's something you get used to. I imagine Tennessee's not going to have those bubble numbering, like gel type of numbering.
If anything, we'll have the same number font, or we'll go back to that block font. Yeah. It'll be one of those two things. I think people are also just worried that they're going to get the orange wrong.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make the same mistake.
I don't either.
I choose to believe in Adidas learning its lesson and them treating Tennessee very important this go round, and that they've got a new like initiative to try to like really get back into the forefront of college football, or at least like be a competitor in that landscape. I think it's helped us in recruiting. I think it helped with TK Keys. I think DJ Jacobs is going to be a factor there as you're trying to flip him from Ohio State. Now, maybe you don't end up getting to flip him, but it at least gives you a little momentum.
It helps.
I'm Team Adidas.
If they're going to throw us money and our uniforms look good, I don't care.
Yeah, don't make our uniforms look bad, though. Don't make me look stupid, Adidas.
As long as we win, who cares?
That's the most important thing.
We have a Eyes Wide Shut kind of happening in real time. Peter Thiel, a very financially established man. I don't know anything about this guy, I'm going to be honest. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt was a part of this whole thing.
Now, when you say Eyes Wide Shut, my mind immediately goes to all the sex stuff. But I don't think they've confirmed that the sex stuff was happening.
They've got some pretty kinky people in this.
Do you think of Joseph Gordon-Levitt as kinky?
Yeah, him and Scooter Braun.
Does Joseph Gordon-Levitt get down? Like, is there something I'm unaware of? I mean, I know he did the Don Juan movie, but like,
I mean, he wanted to get down with Zooey Deschanel in 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he did for a little bit, and then she dumped his ass.
Also, Ted Cruz has been known for liking stuff on the main timeline.
Is Ted Cruz on this list?
He is.
So, like, I hope it's not a sex thing then.
So is Cory Booker, Wes Moore, other governors.
But essentially, they've confirmed that they have, like, secret society meetings where they discuss, like, the topics of the world.
Yeah. Is that what we want? Do we care? As long as they don't mess with college football or any other college sport.
I mean, I don't want them to do anything nefarious. I don't want, like, any sex crimes happening. So, like, I do care, but as long as everybody's on the up and up and
waste management's a profitable career for some.
I assume that's a Sopranos reference, but sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Bubba.
I don't either, John.
It's going to be a long week with just me and you. It's going to be a long week as you as my headline guy. Any other news?
I want to say one, but I don't know if we talked about it last week.
Okay.
And also the headline is pretty interesting.
Okay,
I think we did mention it, but about Iran's disfigured, probably gay Supreme Leader agrees to direct talks with the U.S. Starting over the weekend.
I don't have any thoughts on that. We'll talk some NBA draft, some NBA trade deadline stuff, or not trade deadline, trade off-season trade stuff as the deadline kind of is the draft, at least on the Giannis watch. By all accounts, they've said, hey, we want to get this done before the draft so we know what the hell we're doing. So there is a deadline there. The deadline would be like today. So there's a lot of talk that there will be a Giannis trade today. We'll dive into some of it. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the CNB Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at CNB has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
NBA draft is tomorrow, at least round one. I don't know how it's going to go, splitting it up by days now. I don't think people care about round two enough to really come back at all for round two, which kind of sucks for Tennessee guys this year because we have two guys that are moving up the second round mock drafts. Felix Akpara and Jacoby Gillespie started like either undrafted or right there in the low 50s. But I've seen them start rising to I think last time I saw they were like 41 and number 42, which is, kind of right there at the top/middle of the second round. So they've been rising.
I mean, the biggest thing there is like Felix Akpara, I guess. his whole transformation for draft stock is just skyrocketed.
He had a great combine.
And I think Okpara is just a really good big man, of like a guy that you want on a roster in the NBA. Now, he might be a guy that has to spend some time in the G League, as he continues to fill out. But like once he is a finished kind of grown man, has that grown man strength, he's going to be a handful because he has athleticism, he has size.
Well, his game translates so well.
Right. He can catch a pass, he can dunk, he can block shots. Like, that's really all you need big men to do. Now, he has shown at least a little bit of a shooting touch.
He's got the potential for it. Yeah.
Right.
Because he was a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, and then in the, he showed he at least hit a couple threes this year. Now, I don't think an NBA team is going to have him sitting out there shooting threes, but I wouldn't be surprised if 3 or 4 years from now, after working on it, that he is at least a guy that can take a corner three. Once you saw someone like Andre Drummond become a guy that can shoot corner threes, like I do think Felix has that ability to do that. So I find him to be an interesting prospect, much more so than Jacoby Gillespie, although I wish them both nothing but success. Nate Ament, of course, is the biggest name at Tennessee when it comes to this year's draft. He has a chance to be Tennessee's first lottery pick since Marcus Hayslip all the way back in, I believe, in 2002. So it's been a while since Tennessee has had one. Ament, kind of an interesting name, as he's had some buzz kind of right there in the 8 to 12 range, where it seems like somebody is going to fall in love with him, whether it be the Dallas Mavericks. There's been talks of the New Orleans Pelicans wanting to trade up to get him at 8. The Milwaukee Bucks at 10 have been linked to him, especially if they move on from Giannis.
What would cause his stock to rise? Because I feel like months ago, whenever we were looking at stuff, we were looking at him in like the, 12 to like 20 range.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the move all the way up to top 10, 8?
To me, the answer for that is he just has the size. And like the ceiling of him is, I think the ceiling is higher for him than people have acted over the last couple months, Bubba, where they're calling him like, Zachary Richauche or Harrison Barnes. Like, I think he has a little bit higher of a ceiling than that, just when you look at his size. He's 6'10" and can handle the basketball. He's got a pretty reliable jump shot. If he continues to improve from 3, like a guy at 6'10" that can dribble and shoot, like those don't grow on trees. You know what I mean? So I think people have kind of gotten past the quote unquote disappointing end to his college career, and they're trying to think long picture.
I think the only reason he was disappointing at the end was because he got hurt. He was disappointing to start for sure, but he picked it up, and then he tweaked his knee and ankle against Alabama, and was never really the same. So that's why that's the only reason why he kind of petered out in the tournament.
I did still think that even like he had his hot streak, and I mean I think he was one of the better players in the country when he had his hot streak. But like he just also, even during that streak was not going to live up to the other 5-stars. All the other 5-star freshmen who were, now at the top of this draft. He was always a little bit below them, which I think hurt him because he was constantly being compared to those guys. But now, Bubba, once you get to the draft, you have draft order set. And, a team like Dallas is trying to, find somebody that could play next to Cooper Flagg, a guy that could bring some size there and some versatility. Milwaukee's got their agenda now, trying to maybe replace Giannis. So it's like, hey, let's bring in another 6'10" guy that's athletic that maybe can grow and we can develop him.
Probably shoot a little bit better than Giannis can.
Yeah, in Oklahoma City, they're there at 12. It's like, hey, we don't necessarily need somebody that can play right away. We have a developmental system here. Let's bring him in and let's swing for the fences on this 6'10" 5-star that maybe we could tap into him and get him playing at a higher level. So I think that's why you've seen it.
Maybe it's just like the recency bias of like watching college basketball here, but I feel like this draft has loads of young talent. So to see what kind of trade packages, and I kind of want to relate this around because it's like, what do we think the Lakers are going to do with Connect? Because him and Jared Vanderbilt I've seen as names mentioned, but it seems like a lot of teams would not want that package really.
Connect is simply salary filler at this point.
He needs to get out of LA.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Well, funny enough, he's been in Knox for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I talked to him.
I was at Topgolf with him the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Friday night.
So we catered his basketball camp, so we got to spend
nice.
some time with him for a little bit too, a couple weeks ago.
Nice. I mean, like Knoxville's definitely home for him.
Yeah, him, Zakai, Gainey.
Well, all those guys.
Yeah, they've all been was hanging out with Pimber and Devontae Gaines as well.
Yeah, like I mean,
a whole trio of people.
Those guys had something special at Knoxville, and I think they've all kind of they're going to struggle to ever like find a place that loves them like Knoxville does. And I don't even mean that as a glass half empty thing, but like they're legends here. So like if you ever need to pick me up, you ever need to come back and feel like you're a part of a community, if you ever need to like have a reminder that you are loved, like you come to Knoxville. Because I'd imagine there's not been a lot of love in Dalton Connect's life, in LA.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it happened in LA, but now he's with the girl from Love Island.
Well, I don't mean I don't mean like that kind of love. I just mean like he's an afterthought in LA. Like last year in like January, his rookie year, he had that one game where he scored I think 37 and just went absolutely nuclear. But then from that point pretty much on, like he's been an afterthought or a cast off or a trade that got rescinded. Like
it's not even because he was playing bad. It's just they're not giving him an opportunity. I don't feel like.
Well, it's just because they got Luka, and like they got Austin Reeves, and Dalton Connect doesn't do anything better than those guys, and he doesn't complement their style because they need guys around them that are great defenders.
But then he's kind of around guys like the Jared Vanderbilts and the Rui Hachimuras that are.
Well, yeah, but Rui's a versatile player that can play defense and like go down in the paint and bang. And like Connect so far has been kind of a one-trick pony of like, hey, I need the ball and I can hit some threes for you, but like otherwise, I'm not really a great creator. I'm not a good defender. So his skill set just never got a chance to be of value once LA traded for Luka. Now, if Luka wasn't there and it was just Dalton Connect and LeBron and Austin Reeves, maybe Connect would have had a chance to get some minutes, maybe, as he was before they made that trade.
But you complement that play style a little bit better too.
Right. But now, like if you have a Luka out there and you have LeBron out there and you have Austin Reeves out there, like you got to make sure the other guys that play with him are just elite defenders, and he's just not that. It does kind of suck that those two guys. I mean, because I throw Christian Moore in there too. He had a rough weekend. He's had a rough start to his like professional career. Like, both he and Connect kind of struggling to take that next step. Now, Ament on the other hand, he's going to come in with much more hope for his NBA career.
Although, like, not NBA stuff, but back to Christian Moore, they did kind of learn a little bit and took him out of left field and kind of put him at like DH. So maybe one day they'll put him at second base where he'll thrive.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he's not gonna ever be a good enough bat in the MLB to justify being a DH.
For DH now.
Yeah, maybe like you said,
he does need to be a second base kind of guy though, to where they could put him at maybe 7th, 8th on the lineup somewhere.
But I feel like if he's going to have a successful professional career, he's going to have to learn
batting 4th DH for the Angels, not where you want to be.
Well, he's going to have to like learn how to play in the outfield. Like maybe that's going to be a year-long project or 2-year-long project, but like he's going to have to learn how to do that. I feel like. But Nate Ament's future is connected to Giannis Antetokounmpo's future. Where Giannis ends up and when he gets out of Milwaukee, that opens up another spot there in the top 10. So, like, Ament going to be affected by this. The entire league is kind of waiting to see what happens with Giannis Antetokounmpo, a guy that at one time, was thought of as the best player in the league. He's not quite at that level anymore. I think he's more so to fall down to, like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th in the league in terms of his standing. Maybe even 3rd seems a little high right now with Wemby, SGA, and Jokic there. But Giannis, right, still a top 10 guy comfortably. And he has a chance to maybe end up in Boston, according to Brian Windhorst.
There's this like parody, but not parody, but like one of those like weird NBA hoops accounts. And what's your thoughts on this? To where the Heat would get Giannis, Bucks would get Ron Holland, Vanderbilt, Jaime Jaquez, Kasper Jakuchunas, the Lakers, 2031 first-round pick, 3 Miami first-round picks. The Pistons end up getting Tyler Hero out of this, and the Lakers get Isaiah Stewart and Khalil Ware.
Okay,
It's a lot of names. I know.
Well, it's a lot, but that's all the permutations right now. Is like, it seems like Giannis wants to be in Miami.
Well, he's been linked to Miami for a long time.
For damn near
his entire career, I feel
it
like.
doesn't help though when he's like, "Hey, I like living, up here in Milwaukee, but I just don't like the Bucks."
Well, ultimately, if you want to go back, years,
damn Haslams.
The Haslams. I'm not going to blame them for this. They are part of the ownership group, but like they haven't been around long enough to be the problem here. The problem is like the writing was on the wall in like 2022, 2023 that like Giannis and the Bucks were headed for a breakup. Eventually, like you had to start thinking that way, and the Bucks drug their feet. Giannis drug his feet in terms of trying to be the good guy, not asking out. And now, like the Bucks aren't selling at Giannis's highest value. If they had traded him last offseason, probably would have got a lot back more in return. Instead, they kind of kept waiting. And now they're at a crossroads because his contract's due to expire next year. Like he'll be a free agent and be able to kind of be more of a dictator of his future.
And you don't get something in return of him leaving if you let him walk down.
Exactly. So they've kind of dropped the ball there. The Miami Heat have dropped the ball in the sense that like they've had, like we said, damn near half a decade to figure this out. But they haven't. They've never really been able to come up with the assets.
Well, they wouldn't help Jimmy Butler when he needed it. And then when you move on from him, they've just kind of been just stuck in limbo, I feel like, for 2 seasons now.
I'll say they did the best they could with Jimmy. I won't necessarily blame them for that. They were able to find some pretty good role players.
No, you did. You got to a finals twice, but
Yeah.
you never went and got that extra piece to help get you over the hump of that.
And really, they didn't do right by Jimmy in the sense of they made their decision. They didn't want to pay Jimmy Butler big money. They didn't want to give him the max. They didn't view him as that $60 million player cornerstone. But then when you look at that trade, Josh, that's where they dropped the ball. They could have traded Jimmy Butler and gotten some assets that set them up down the road to go and get Giannis. And they pretty much came out with like Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, it just wasn't very good. And if you remember, they were in on Damian Lillard and however many summers ago, and then that was a whole
Well, that's been the tale. That's been the tale of Pat Riley. Is that Pat Riley still gets treated like the Godfather? And look, I've been trying to beat this drum for 4 years now. At this point, like, hey, Pat Riley, look, legendary career, Hall of Famer, all those things, but like, Pat Riley's getting a whole lot of run out of the idea that LeBron James and Chris Bosh just wanted to live in Miami with Dwayne Wade in their mid-20s. Like they made that seem like Pat Riley's like throwing the championship rings down was why LeBron James wanted to go to South Beach and be around beautiful people whenever he's in his mid-20s and play with his best friend. They treated that as like Pat Riley being this godfather and ignored that like after LeBron left, A, he ran LeBron off, of some of his actions, and B, like Pat Riley immediately started like giving out bad contracts to the Dion Waiters of the world and overpaying like Kelly Olynyk and other, cast off NBA guys. He started, overpaying them, and that kind of set the Miami Heat up to be in a bad situation. Now, they looked into Jimmy Butler because they didn't really have to give up anything for Jimmy Butler. If you remember, it was like Josh Richardson in like a first-round pick.
Yeah, that was it. Jay Rich is my guy. I hated to see him leave.
Sure,
but I was hyped. I'd always liked Jimmy, so I was excited for that.
Yeah, sure. You're a Heat fan, right? Yeah. So like, I mean,
Pat also ran off Dwayne Wade.
Exactly.
He brought him back, but I mean, he ran Dwayne Wade off for 2 years, and when you think of the Miami Heat, you think of Dwayne Wade.
So Pat Riley's kind of, I don't want to call him a senile old man because that's not fair, but like he is someone that is clearly past his prime, right? He is someone who is clearly still living as if his reputation justifies his ego and justifies the way he moves. But Pat Riley is 81 years old, and he has not been able to go out and land any of these big fish over the last 5 or 6 years. You talk about Damian Lillard. Throw Kevin Durant in there as well. Kevin Durant was linked with Miami for a long time.
So was Gordon Hayward about 10 years ago when he was playing really good basketball.
He couldn't land the plane on any of those guys. Now, Giannis has always been talked about that he wants to be in Miami. But they have done nothing to build any assets, to really build any first-round picks that justify Milwaukee trading Giannis to Miami. So what that means is that Miami has had to rely on a third team of like trying to find other people that give them assets and try to find other people or basically hope that no one else gets involved. Basically hope that no one else actually wants him and that he kind of forces his hand. But then now you have the Boston Celtics who, like, let's face it, they didn't play in the playoffs as good as they should have, but they were seen throughout the regular season as the best team in the Eastern Conference, or at least the most dangerous team. And that was without Jason Tatum for a good portion of the year. Now they look around and they decide, hey, maybe we don't want this Jaylen Brown guy around. So they're going to try to trade Jaylen Brown, and they want Giannis. They want to pair Giannis with Jason Tatum, and the Celtics just have a lot more to offer than what the Miami Heat do. So now it leads to a very awkward situation where Miami just might not have the bullets to go out and get this done.
If I'm Miami, this is one thing that I would find very interesting, at least front office wise, with Pat Riley probably needing to head out here soon. Why would you not hit up Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslem and see if they would want to run everything? I mean, they're beloved in Miami. They love that entire organization. They know basketball. I think that could be maybe, a fun pairing. At least experiment with it. What do you got to lose at this point?
Here's my thought on the Miami Heat. And, with all due respect to Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslem, like, I know those guys are legends, and, like, that would make the fans feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Bosh.
Yeah, Chris Bosh. Like, hey, maybe call him. Again, all that's cute, all that's fine and dandy, and I understand the Heat get to, have this whole championship culture, but, like, even with Udonis Haslem, even with Dwayne Wade, even with Chris Bosh, you're missing LeBron James. Like, to me, LeBron James was the reason those guys were, like, real champions. Now, I know they won in 2006, but, like, that championship.
With Bosh, yeah. Wade got his.
Wade got his one in 2006. But, like, outside of that,
Chris Anderson that had the hair.
Birdman, yeah.
The Birdman, yeah, Chris Anderson. But, like, even after Wade got his one title in 2006, if you go back and look, like, there was a whole lot of, like, finishing 4th and 5th and 6th in the East those years after that championship.
No, for sure. LeBron got them to the next level, 100%.
And LeBron built that whole championship DNA that they try to claim. That was LeBron James winning 2 titles for them. Because outside of that, like, you have the one trip to the finals during the bubble, which, I mean, it's funny how everyone says LeBron's championship doesn't count because it was in the bubble, but yet for the Heat, it's like, oh, they made the finals. That one counts. LeBron's title doesn't count. It was in the bubble, but the Heat's run to the finals, it counts, even though it was in the bubble.
See, I just count both of them. Yeah. I think the bubble might have been one of the harder ones to win, just with everything going on.
I personally think it counts, but I'm saying that they made the one, and then they got there as an 8 seed
when Jimmy just went insane.
Jimmy went
2
nuclear,
months.
Giannis got hurt, and they kind of just, the Celtics kind of gagged, and they got there, and I give them credit. But even then, when they did it, they were the 8 seed. It wasn't like they were a great regular season team. It wasn't like they had built some type of championship team.
I'll say this,
they just got really hot.
2 years before that, they were the 1 seed, and they made the Eastern Conference Finals, went to a Game 7 with Boston.
Sure.
And you remember Jimmy just missed a 3 to win the game at the end.
Yep, for sure. And like that was the year they actually had a really good team. But outside that, there's been a whole lot of 7th-place finishes in Miami.
Yeah, it felt like for a while they were on one year, then they were off the next, and then they got rid of Jimmy, which they probably should have. That was, getting kind of ugly, and they've just been, stuck as a play-in team ever since.
Life in the middle is hard.
Because you don't want to fully commit to a rebuild because rebuilds aren't never fun, but then you don't really have the assets to make a splash and make a move, so you're just kind of stuck.
That's why life in the middle is hard. And like, you have those teams, and Pat Riley doesn't want to be a loser and doesn't want to tank, but like, had they cleared the books, had they done what Oklahoma City did or the Spurs did, maybe they'd be better set to go and get Giannis. Maybe they'd have more draft picks to trade. Maybe they would, have more flexibility to add other players outside of Giannis. But instead, it's like, hey, here's Bam Adebayo and here's Giannis, and then we're going to have a whole bunch of cast-off parts.
Well, I think what they should have done is when they got rid of Jimmy, I think they should have moved Tyler Hero very soon after, and then that would have taken a lot off the books. Then you're going to be a lot worse. They wanted to keep Bam Adebayo. He's their guy. That's fine. You can keep him. But he himself is not going to get him into the play-in, I don't think.
Well, Bam Adebayo is a little bit like Pat Riley in the sense of I think he's got a little bit of an overinflated value in Miami. Like, Bam's a really good player, but Miami treats like Bam like he's like untouchable.
Is that only now because?
No, it's not because
that had been the case. Yeah. I love Bam as a player. Like, I think he's great. I think he's a great 2 or 3 option. But if you want, like I said, if you get rid of Tyler Hero and you let Bam be your number 1 option, you're not going to be as good. So you're going to be in the lottery. Then you can maybe draft that next guy and he can go back to that 2 or 3 role like he was when Jimmy was there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we've seen what Bam Adebayo is as a 1 or 2 option, and that's like a play-in team.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Bam's a really good player. I think he's a guy that you can win with as him being like your 3rd best player, maybe even your 2nd best player, but not when you're making him untouchable and not when he has a whole bunch of money attached to him. Like, there's maybe more of a take that they should, like, if Miami was actually serious about being a championship contender, they would trade Bam to somewhere like Charlotte, get assets back for that, and then kind of turn the franchise over, turn those young pieces over and run them with Giannis instead of trying to pair Giannis and Bam together. But, you're not going to win with him making $50 million a year. And that's where Bam's set to make next year. $50 million, you got to be able to go out and get buckets. And I know he scored 83 points, and I know he did that to the Wizards, but in most games, he's not somebody that's going to go out and score 20-something points a game for
his
you.
wife or partner.
He is winning at that. He is winning at that. He is with the greatest women's basketball player of all time, and he is making $50 million a year. So, like, Bam is a winner.
I mean, he averages right at 20. I mean,
do you ever feel like he can get you a bucket when you have to have it, though?
He can, but obviously you're not as confident.
Can he get you a board when you need it?
Yeah.
He can play really good defense.
He can rebound the ball. He averaged a double-double last year. I mean, he can rebound the ball.
He can play really good defense and do that, but like I don't feel like you can ever really rely on Bam to get you a bucket when you have to. Maybe that's just me not giving him enough credit.
So is he similar to Carl Anthony at all or no?
No, Cat's probably a little better. I'd say he's somewhere in between you and me. I think I probably overvalue him just a tad. I think you undervalue him just a little bit. He's probably somewhere in the middle because he can go get you a bucket, but I'd rather have somebody else on the roster who that's their role, and then Bam can crash the boards and maybe get a putback or something if the shot doesn't go in.
And you're right, like he's right at 20 points a game, but like that's 20 points in the regular season. Whenever you can get 8 just by like hustling and like beating everybody down the court and like trying harder than everybody.
Like I said, he definitely doesn't need to be your number 1 option, but I do think he's fairly valuable.
Yeah,
because he's known in the league as being a hustler. He does a lot of the dirty work.
To me, though, like the Heat treat him like he's a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah, and he's not that.
He's not
Yeah,
like he's top 25, top 30.
Sure. I mean, he's 28 now. He's probably only got realistically 3 or 4 more years in his prime.
Sure.
So even if they want to ride with him, they're not going to be riding with him for too much longer at this high price. So
it would honestly probably be better for the Heat if they miss out on Giannis, just to trade Bam and try to do a complete reset. Try to go out.
Pat Riley, like we said, Pat Riley is too stubborn for that, though. He didn't want to lose in the last part of his career.
He's got that Jerry Jones effect.
Yeah. Very similar.
Pat Riley's got the Jerry Jones effect where he used to be a champion and he wants to win another championship before he goes out. And they're both in their 80s now.
Well, I guarantee you if they had won in 2020 or in 2022, Pat Riley would have retired. That would have been it. He would have gone out on top.
Yeah, but he's desperate for that next championship, kind of like Jerry Jones is. Bubba, send us to break. It's TalkSports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
No, I done wrong.
According to Mark Stein, the Bucks are interested now in the idea of just getting a bona fide star back in Jaylen Brown, which to me seems a little bit like what we just talked about with the Heat. Is that if you are the Bucks and you bring back Jaylen Brown and you trade Giannis for Jaylen Brown, what are you accomplishing? What are you really setting yourself up to do? Now, maybe you could get tricked by watching Jaylen Brown and what he did with the Celtics this year and taking them to a 2 seed and them still being good even without Jason Tatum. But, like, do you really think that's where you're headed? Because I don't.
No, but he might be the best player you can get. And Shams just tweeted out maybe 30 minutes ago or so. He's expected to be dealt before tomorrow's draft, which we knew. Shams says it's down to Boston and Miami. It's those two.
Yep.
So if you're looking at those two, the Heat aren't going to move off of Bam. Jaylen Brown's probably going to be the best player you're going to get.
Yeah, but like, again, that's what I was just talking about with Miami. I don't know if you're just trying to get the best player you can get. Like, unless like you're Milwaukee and you're now trying to find a third team to take on Jaylen Brown. And you're calling up Atlanta, you're calling up New Orleans, or you're calling up somebody and be like, hey, what do you give us for Jaylen Brown now? Because if I'm Milwaukee, Bubba Pop Quiz, who's the second best player in Milwaukee right now?
Don't know. Brandon Ingram.
No, not there. He's in Toronto. It's a trick question because there's not really a right answer there.
So it was Chris Middleton for a long time, but they moved on from him a couple years ago.
Yeah, and I mean, and he stunk. I mean, he towards the end of his career, like that.
Who was on the Bucks?
Kyle Kuzma, Miles Turner.
Okay, so we're looking at a former Cavalier and a former Pacer.
Okay, yeah.
It's just not a good roster outside of him.
Right. So bringing in Jaylen Brown and winning 30 games with Jaylen Brown there and paying him $60 million, that isn't what you need to do. You need to try to trade him to somewhere else and get young players and just do a complete reset. Now, maybe, like I said, this ties into Nate Ament because there's a pretty good chance that right there, the number 10 spot, the Milwaukee Bucks look and say, hey, Nate Ament, we're swinging for the fences here with your star potential. Because once you get past like the top 4, it kind of becomes a crapshoot. There's a couple of guards there that might be stars like Kingston Flemings or Mikal Brown or someone like that. But like, assuming they're all gone at 10, you don't want just like good role players. You're trying to swing for the fences and find you a franchise guy. So Bubba, when you're asking why Nate Ament's all of a sudden rising back up into the top 10, top 12, it's because like you look and see a 6'10" guy and hope that it all clicks and that like his ceiling is higher than everyone else's.
How long have those guys been in the league?
Who?
Chris Middleton.
Middleton's
Kuzma.
old. He's gone. Middleton's not even there anymore.
Kuzma's been there he came out with Lonzo Ball. So that was, we're coming up on 8, 9, 10 years for them now.
Yeah, Kuzma's like a negative asset. Like the Bucks are going to do like a fire sale after they trade Giannis. And that's probably part of the reason they're dragging their feet is because if they trade Giannis, they're probably trying to make one of the teams take Kyle Kuzma back with them and get off his contract, or take Miles Turner back with them and get off his contract so they can get like a whole bunch of expiring deals.
Do you know who else the Bucks have as well, or no?
That you would know?
Just in general, any name.
Like Ryan Rollins. You ever heard of Ryan Rollins?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Osmane Ding, they traded for him.
Bobby Portis is there, but he's
Bobby
not going to move.
Portis.
Yeah, Bobby Portis is probably actually their second best player, but there's basically
He was a headband, doesn't he?
Yeah, he went to Arkansas.
But there's basically talk that he'll be attached in the Giannis trade too, because him and Giannis are boys, and like they'll try to get rid of him and his contract because
You've got Giannis's brothers there.
yeah, they got
Thanasis and Alex.
Yeah.
They're both on them?
Yeah, they're both there.
Oh. Sending 3 Antetokounmpos somewhere.
You got to take the brothers too. You got to take them in the trade.
It's like recruiting, man.
Yeah. You got to take them in the trade. So we'll see. This is a big domino that I think is going to fall probably by this evening. I am over the conversation. I've been over the Giannis conversation for the last year as he does this whole I refuse to be a bad guy thing. And just like, oh, I want to be here. Well, I want to be in Milwaukee. I don't really want to be with the Bucks. Oh, I want to win a championship here. Oh, I'm going to do this whole thing at the trade deadline and then stay post the Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not leaving gif, and then also try to peddle Kalshi to you because I'm an investor now in Kalshi. Hope you bet that I wasn't getting traded.
For reference, the Bucks' second leading scorer is Kevin Porter Jr.
And I know that guy's not very good.
No.
So like I said,
Never heard of that guy.
It was a rhetorical question, Bubba, to point out they really don't have a second best player, which is why the Bucks weren't going to make the playoffs even before Giannis got hurt. Like they were already, on pace to be in the lottery. Then he got hurt, and then they just became really bad. But it's a pretty broken down, ran down franchise. So on one hand, I don't know what getting Tyler Hero and Jaime Jaquez does for you.
He was pretty good at UCLA.
And he's been okay as a pro. I mean, he's been promising.
Been
he finished, I think, runner-up for Sixth Man of the Year this year. I mean, Jaquez has been a solid player. Had a really bad second year, but 2 of his 3 years he's been good.
I mean, and Hero can get you a bucket.
Yeah, but get me a bucket at $50 million a year.
No, I don't want to pay him.
Yeah, without playing any defense.
Because he's up for an extension this year, and
right.
I really don't want to give it to him.
But he is from Milwaukee. He is from Wisconsin. So, maybe there's some hometown kid stuff there. I don't know. The point being is I think whatever Milwaukee gets isn't going to be great. It's not going to be an ideal thing.
But to your point, it's because they waited. It's because they didn't maximize his trade value.
Yep. 100%. It's hard to trade superstars. It's hard to get a whole lot in return for superstars that aren't just draft picks that maybe don't pan out.
And here comes Nate Ament to save the franchise.
Here comes Nate to save the day. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with another batch of headlines. Stick with us.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you. And as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Round 3.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines is brought to you by SM Athletics. If you have any uniform or equipment needs for your sports teams, if you want to put your company logo on some merch, give SM Athletics a call today at 865-966-3434. Don't chance it with the unreliable big box stores. No. Shop local. Shop with a brand you can trust. SM Athletics. All right, hour 3 headlines. What you got, Bubba?
So this one was sent to me.
Okay.
And this is a really interesting subject here.
Okay.
Tennesseans spent $36 million on OnlyFans in 2025. Well,
Tennesseans, you said, spent the most?
Not the most.
Okay, just $35 million?
Yep. We'll go through and see the counties that spent the most.
I imagine it's just be the counties where the most people live, right?
Number 4th is kind of surprising.
Okay.
So at 1, we have Nashville with over 9.6 million.
Biggest county.
Knoxville at 2 with 2.4.
Okay.
Chattanooga at 3rd with 1.3. Clarksville at 965,000.
All right.
And Memphis at 5.
Congrats to Memphis.
Yeah.
You know, per capita, they're pretty low on the list. Knoxville. I wonder how much of that was done by Cody McClure, but
it's interesting because I went to school with a gal who I took to prom.
Okay.
Who later became an adult entertainer.
Sure.
And fell back to this lifestyle. So hopefully she made a profit, I guess it sounds like.
Is she on there?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, you don't know if her. Oh, I thought you were going to say
I mean,
that.
she is, but I don't do that or subscribe to that idea or fact. So,
do you have any idea how much money she makes, though?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So you just wanted to brag that you took a girl to prom?
No, that was one of the worst experiences of my life.
She didn't want to be there with you?
She didn't want to dance with me. We danced for about like 5 seconds total on the very last like slow dance song.
Yeah.
And then she fell asleep in the car ride home, and it's like,
yeah.
We also watched a weird movie too, like the Blockers movie came out where John Cena is like the step parent, where his kids are all trying to have like after prom.
Not a step parent. He's the dad.
He's a parent, all right. But he also showed his bare cheeks in there too.
Yeah.
That was a weird night.
I like that movie. I'm sorry your prom didn't go well for you, Bubba.
Yeah.
It's been a long time now. You can let it go.
I can't wait to have a future prom.
Huh?
What? Huh?
What?
Yeah, so there's that. Congrats to Tennesseans.
Congrats to Tennesseans.
In a state where you have to verify yourself for that kind of stuff. So we have no shame.
That's something I can't wrap my head around, is being those creeps that pay for the OnlyFans. I can't wrap my head around that.
It's so weird.
Yeah. But apparently, I mean, you said $35 million. I'd imagine the average spends at probably, what, $10, you'd probably say, for the most part?
Yeah.
So that means you got, what, 350,000 people? No, 3.5 million people doing it. That's crazy.
It seems as though Amazon Web Services is facing an attack, so a lot of sites and stuff aren't loading. But big day.
Twitter's down right now.
NASCAR yesterday, as Corey Heim won his first Cup race. This happened at the first time ever NASCAR racing at the Coronado Naval Base, where they played all the way back in 2011, basketball game.
They raced at a Navy base?
Yeah, Coronado, where 2011, I think Michigan State played somebody on the aircraft carrier there.
North Carolina, Michigan State, I think, was the game. Yeah.
So they're kind of doing that. So first time winner for him.
What did it look like?
I mean, it was a mixture of just like, roads and stuff and all sorts of stuff. Lots of small turns. Honestly, pretty good course. The races took way longer than they should have. There were some pretty hard crashes, and then they'd have to go and repair the fence and stuff. Weird things happen. There's a guy who climbed over the fence on Saturday's Xfinity race and started talking to one of the drivers. And because it happened on a naval base, that's now, I guess, a federal crime to where he got arrested.
Oh, nice.
We had
what an idiot.
Former F1 driver.
Imagine going on a naval base and acting crazy.
Yeah. Kay Adams was there for her first time ever. She showed her toes.
I saw that. She quote tweeted somebody posting her toes and said, "You should get sentenced to death for this." Or
who did that? Kevin Magnuson, a former F1 driver, started causing beef with a guy as well.
Josh, are you a NASCAR guy at all?
Used to be when I was younger, not really anymore.
Not anymore.
It was a huge blunder though for fans because I guess like the food and vendor options can't bring food in, like the traffic in and out. Like people from a fan perspective, I guess it was a nightmare. But for everything else though, I think it was a somewhat of a success.
Okay, I didn't see anything about it. I saw Bubba. Actually, I take that back. I saw Bubba had a good run.
Dude, I was pulling for him. He also had a new Hardee's meal, and I spent the day.
He has a new Hardee's meal?
Yeah, it's just chicken tenders, fries, and you get a little collectible car.
Oh, so there's. I mean, I appreciate that. Bubba just likes chicken fingers.
Full throttle meal. It's funny because I tried to get it the first time, and the woman's like, this is app only, huh? And I was like, all right, have a good day. And then I had to download the app, and then I went to the other Hardee's location.
You should have just set the parking lot.
No. Once I say goodbye, I can't show my face to that woman or let her hear my voice.
You should have said, okay, that's fine. I'll just sit right here and download this, and we'll just take up everybody's time. But Bubba, he doesn't have anything special in it. It's just chicken fingers.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is like his little collectible diecast car.
Now, is he sponsored by Hardee's then, I guess? Is that
yeah.
Is that his main car? Is he the Hardee's car?
No.
What's his main sponsor?
I mean, it switches from this weekend. He was running Xfinity. He's had Coke before. He's had Jordan on it. Like,
okay,
he's under the Michael Jordan.
I know he's.
So it's like they all just kind of intertwine there.
I gotcha. I know he's on Jordan's team, but I didn't know if he had a main sponsor like Valvoline or something, DuPont. Because he went from what 39th to 2nd. Is that right?
He was, he ended up finishing that way because Tyler Reddick ended up cutting his left front. And so, but yeah, Bubba was up there in the last little bit. Not in contention to win, though. The Corey Haim kid, he's like a road course racer. So he had about an 8-second lead on everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Drove car number 6-7.
I don't think we're doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I think the kids have quit with the 6-7, Bubba.
Speaking of kids in 6-7, Andrew Fisher and Blake Burke, both teammates right now for the Biloxi Shuckers. Going back to back.
How about that?
And hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, but from a Tennessee fan perspective, that they're still on the team because the Smokies will host them July 7th through the 12th.
I'd imagine that'll be a...
So while I do want them to progress in their, baseball careers, I would like to have both of them playing at Covenant Health Park.
Well, that's what, a week and a half away?
Yeah, I guess it is at this point.
They'll be here.
I imagine, they'll both still be here. Now they might get a chance. I assume the Brewers are still good this year. I don't really keep up with the baseball, but I assume they're still good. So I don't know if they'll get caught up at all for them. Yeah, the Brewers still in first place, kind of running away with that division. They've been really good the last 5 years. It's kind of a tank.
Also in pro baseball, a couple things happen with the Giants. So one, their players, I guess, or somebody is talking about a potential not a lawsuit, but something surrounding their whole Pride Night and the ability to write, their Bible verses and stuff on the caps. I guess that went to the EOCC, whatever that is. But outside of that, though, people were kind of laughing at Tony Vitello a little bit because Rafael Devers refused to leave the game in the 9th inning.
Okay, were they laughing? Were they laughing at Tony Vitello here? Because I saw this video, and it's basically straight out of Major League 2. I don't know if you've ever watched Major League 2, Bubba, but basically Devers tried to pull a Roger Dorn where he gets hit. In the movie, Dorn gets hit and then refuses to have a pinch runner come in. Devers gets on first. It's a one-run game. They're trying to score the game-tying run in the 9th inning. Vitello sends out a pinch runner, and Devers keeps trying to shake him off, awkwardly. Just keeps saying, no.
And it's weird because it's people are taking problems with this because it's one, they think it's Devers trying to upstage, Vitello and the clubhouse there, but also it's a guy who's had maybe 3, I think, stolen bases. Not a great, stolen base percentage either.
Yeah, he's not fast. He doesn't, he's.
But then Vitello, the spin zone there was, I like guys that want to be out there on that field, which, as a guy, I guess that's one of the ways you can take it and try to spin it.
Well, that's what you have. That's what you have to say if you're Vitello. But it does feel pretty clear that Devers is firmly on the trade block, and they're going to try to trade Rafael Devers. Now the question would be who is signing up who is signing up to go and try to trade for Rafael Devers at this point if he's going to act like that? Because that feels like it's a pretty big faux pas. That feels like it's a cardinal sin in terms of trying to upstage your manager like that. It's one thing to have disagreements. Like, it's one thing, like, if when the manager comes out to try to take a pitcher out and the pitcher's just like, no, I want the ball, and they have a conversation and then he stays. It's another if the manager comes out there, hits the left hand, says, bring out the lefty comes out and the starting pitcher's like refusing to give up the ball. It's like, no, I'm staying. Leave. I'm staying. At a certain point, you got to give up the ball and go into the locker room, or else it looks like you're upstaging. It was so weird seeing Devers do that. That's one of the first times I've seen that actually happen in a real game.
Yeah, which, I mean, for Devers, like, his whole, like, we don't know where he's at mentally, because it's like, you know, leaving Boston to go there, refusing to switch positions essentially at Boston is kind of why they traded him, and then, you know, relearning and learning first base while at San Francisco. So it's like, is he acting like he's bigger than the team and like he's the sole piece? Don't know what's happening there, really. But
yeah, no, it seems like he is just a bad teammate, a bad guy to like have in your organization, because the breakup in Boston wasn't good. I mean, just from the beginning, him basically refusing to change positions gave you a pretty good idea that he's pretty selfish. And then, yeah, doing that to Vitello and the pinch runner seems kind of selfish as well.
Here's a weird thing, which, I mean, pardon me, but the big three, that basketball league that plays.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley just brawling.
It seems a little weird to, like, those guys. I mean, those guys are teammates, which is funny because they were just doing that celebrity fighting a couple months ago. Do you remember that? Like on the Johnny Manziel card when Johnny Manziel fought, like Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley were fighting each other on there. Because Michael Beasley's like, yeah, I beat Lance one-on-one in basketball, so he challenged me to a fight. So now we're doing this. Were they fighting each other in the big three, or were they fighting other people? Like, they had to suspend the game. I know that. And now both guys have received a suspension.
I just don't get the whole celebrities fighting each other thing, period. I don't really get it.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, if they're, you know, if you're trying to become a boxer or a fighter, kind of like what the Pauls did, like, we know why they started it, but then I think they actually kind of liked it, and like, or at least trying to become, you know, combat athletes. But like,
they both are now.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like when Manziel
successful.
fought whoever he did, and when Nate Robinson fought somebody, like, I just don't understand that.
I think I would care if they were actually celebrities. Like, if you told me like Kanye West and Jay-Z were getting in the ring to fight, I think I'd watch that.
I'd watch it, but I'd still be like, why is this happening?
Yeah, but like if they were actual celebrities, I'd be like, okay, let's see what's going on here. But it's never those type of celebrities.
No, it's like D-list.
Yeah.
It's like athletes who didn't make it in like D-list celebrity. Like, it's just,
yeah,
it makes no sense.
Switching gears here to NFL. This is a weird video involving Geno Smith.
Yeah. Geno has found himself mired in some controversy.
The quote from this is, Geno beat my ass because he hates taking care of his special needs kids and can't be left alone with him because he'd rather watch stuff online and play Call of Duty. The stuff referring to, OnlyFans.
Did you watch the video?
I'm looking at it, and it's like he's just walking away. He just gets in the car, it looks like. Or...
Yeah, she's videoing him and trying to, make this go viral.
Hopefully this is AI.
We got some breaking news here, I believe.
Oh, do we have it?
From Shams. It's not Giannis. This is kind of out of left field. University of Michigan coach Dusty May has agreed to become the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks.
Whoa.
That's pretty big.
Would have been cool if you did that last year,
Yeah.
Dusty. Now, see, this week, Josh, you're in charge of the breaking news. There should be a horn down there next to your foot,
Yeah.
I believe. That's our breaking news horn. You pick it up and you hit the siren thing there.
I got to turn the volume up.
Yeah, you turn the volume up and you hit the siren. You guys could figure it out. You don't have to do it now. We got it. Dusty May headed to the NBA. We'll dive into that after the break. How did you even get that breaking news? Because my Twitter's not working. How did you get it? Did you get a notification from ESPN? Like, how did that happen?
I got a Shams notification. Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't have my
notification worked, but
good job by you. Way to break the news. Everyone else that's relying on Twitter didn't get it. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Great job by Josh breaking the news. He's breaking the news from Shams and Schefter, but I would never have seen it, Josh, because I don't have alerts on, and Twitter's down, and hell, ESPN's website hasn't even gotten it up yet. But some huge news in the basketball world. Not Giannis Antetokounmpo, not yet. That'll happen today at some point, but some big news in basketball that affects both the NBA and college basketball. And I would say affects college basketball way more than it affects the NBA.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, that's a big college basketball job that's open now. And I bet they go after Billy Donovan, personally.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, you would think that Billy Donovan would step right into that and have because Michigan is a job that you've seen multiple people win at now. Now, not national championship level, but like John Beilein won a bunch of games there. Juwan Howard won a bunch of games there. Dusty May, of course, took that to another level.
And Josh brought up something that I would like to bring to the world. There's a man that went from Tennessee to Michigan.
Who now has a 30-day window to enter the transfer portal.
Oh, okay.
Would we take him back?
Yeah, would we take him back? JP Estrella.
Do we have a roster spot?
Probably.
I personally would say no, but that's just me being selfish. That's me thinking emotionally.
I mean, we could use another big.
Yeah, no, 100%. We have a need for him. 100%. 100% JP Estrella would make sense coming back home and just being like, look, guys, sorry.
I chose the bag.
I want to go play for a national championship coach and Dusty May. I'm sorry. I want forgiveness. I want to come back home. And, yeah, Rick Barnes in Tennessee would maybe look around and say, we didn't necessarily get that big in the transfer portal that we really needed. Miles Rubin, we think might be solid, but him and Dwayne Brown ain't going to be enough.
No, but you pair Rubin with Estrella.
Rubin, Estrella, and Brown is a pretty good trio at that point.
Yeah, pretty solid front court to an already very deep basketball team.
I'd imagine they have a little bit of extra money laying around that they had set aside for, Nate Ament in case he wanted to return to school. I would imagine so.
Well, he's not even – JP wouldn't even get close to what Nate was going to get to come back.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just saying you have a little bit of that laying around, so maybe you could piece something together. That would be interesting. At the very least, you do kind of have to say, hey, this is a warning that the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Or if we don't have a roster spot, make him a walk-on. Somebody can cover him up.
That, or it makes me wonder if if anybody else has a roster spot, like a Kentucky or a Kansas or somebody like that has a roster spot.
Truthfully, I'm sure he'll stay.
Yeah,
but
especially if they hammer, if they nail the hire. If it's Billy Donovan, I would just stay. But Dusty May conquered college basketball. He went 19-1 in the conference. He went 37-3 overall. They were the best team pretty much from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And then they cashed off with a national championship. And now he's got, a handful of guys, or at least a trio of guys looking like they're going to be first-round picks.
He may end up taking one of them.
He might get the chance to take one of them, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is true. If he gets there at Dallas at number 9, what better guy has seen the way Yoxel, Lindenberg gets down? Maybe he calls and just says, hey, let's bring him in.
I mean, there's a couple other kids coming. I mean, Moraz Johnson, I believe, is there. I don't know if they take him that early, but I mean, he's somebody who will go. And
Adi Mara.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of big men there, but that'd be a good person.
Well, anytime you can get a 7'3" center.
Yeah, you pair him up with Flagg. And you did talk about Moraz Johnson. He's been skyrocketing up. There's been talks of even the Hawks maybe at number 8 being interested in him. Yeah, right now, the latest mock draft that came out has him at number 12 to the Thunder. So he is skyrocketing up those boards. So yeah, Michigan has three potential lottery / top 15 picks.
It's something to monitor for sure.
Yeah. Michigan was probably going to be in line to be a top. Are they still kind of hanging around the top 5 in the preseason?
Yeah,
I thought they were.
They'll be up there. They'll be up there for sure.
Without Dusty May for now, though, that is in flux. We'll see if anybody jumps ship. It feels kind of late in the process. It feels akin to Bruce Pearl last year.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, obviously, it's not as late as it was. I mean,
Bruce is August?
September, maybe.
Yeah. I know it was right on the doorstep of college football, but none of those Auburn guys really left.
They talked about it though.
Yeah, they did.
If it had happened at this time of year, I bet a lot of that Auburn roster would have left.
Yeah, before the schools, because you still have time realistically now in June to
you have plenty of time.
Move and find you a new school and you aren't in classes yet. You can get all that kind of stuff worked out. And like late August, September, obviously that becomes a different conversation. Dusty May out the door to Dallas. From an NBA standpoint, I don't know. It does feel like a big swing for, Masai Ujiri, who is running things in Dallas now. It does feel like a big swing and a big coup to go and get a guy that I think right now, Dusty May is a top 10 coach. Just when you look at basketball, we'd all agree with that, right? 10 feels maybe even low, but saying NBA and college combined, like Dusty May is thought of as one of the best coaches in the world.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely probably right around that, that 10 mark. And truthfully, you make that hire because you think pairing him with Cooper Flagg is the best thing for the franchise.
Sure.
So they saw something there that they liked with that, and they liked that potential pairing, and they went with it.
Well, Dusty May's done it at different levels.
Yeah, he took FAU to a Final Four.
He's done it, at a small level where you're just trying to kind of nail your scouting and coach as a team. And then he's done it with stars, where he's had to deal with the transfer portal, but also get a team to buy in and basically take, new pieces and make them mesh. It does seem like he is malleable and flexible. Now he gets to go coach one of the best prospects in the NBA, Cooper Flagg. Still probably thought of as a top 10 asset right now in terms of just not a top 10 player, of course, but a top 10 asset when you look at his
future
age.
Star.
Yeah, and his trajectory. Cooper Flagg was awesome his rookie year. So you get to pair him with the coach that, like you said, on the young side. My only hesitation is bringing a guy in that hasn't coached in the NBA.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing I'd be looking at, just because you don't know for certain that they can do it at that level and that their system's going to correlate.
Right, and taking him, and what advice is he going to give a young guy like Cooper Flagg on navigating the NBA when he's never done that? It's not like he's been in his shoes. It's not like he's even been really on a NBA roster, not as a player, but I mean on the coaching staff. He's not been affiliated with the NBA in any regard.
So for the Mavericks, what's the contract situation like for Kyrie and Klay?
Klay, I imagine, is not in their long-term plans. With Kyrie, though, it seems like they're going to give that a opportunity, Bubba, to work this year because they want to see what Kyrie and Cooper Flagg look like.
Because it's the new coach from college to professional. Will the coach lean on these veteran guys for stuff or no?
I mean, you would think that the more veterans you have, that could kind of be a in between the coaching staff and the players, the better. The problem there is that someone like Kyrie Irving is probably not that guy you want. You don't want that guy to necessarily be a star player. And Kyrie, until otherwise proven, is still going to be thought of and think of himself as a star player.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't golfing with the boys. So.
They're paying him like a star player. He's getting $36.5 million a year. Dallas is also paying Chris Middleton, if he opts in, $34 million a year.
No, Middleton's an expiring contract now.
He is? Okay.
Yeah. No,
what I'm looking at's got him as a player option. So
that player option for 25 and 26.
Okay, gotcha.
So this season is getting ready to end. So
so he's done. He's off the books. Well, that's a great thing for them then.
And Klay will be in the last year of his contract, so maybe he hangs around. But there's already talk about him kind of wanting to get moved in Dallas. You can't really ever play Klay and Kyrie together at this point in their careers because they can't play defense. So you don't want Klay and Kyrie out there. So I'd imagine Klay gets moved in some type of cost-cutting measure.
Is this Max Christie guy a key piece for them or no?
He was a part of the Luka trade, so he better be. He's all they got left from the Luka trade because they ain't got Anthony Davis anymore. I don't know if you knew that, but Anthony Davis
out in Washington, right?
Yeah, Anthony Davis is gone, so Max Christie better be. And he's a fine two guard that can play some defense and hit some threes. He's worthy of being in a rotation, but this is interesting for Dallas in the sense of, I think they would be wise to approach this slowly with him because it doesn't seem like they have a good enough team around them to really threaten anybody in the West next year. You don't want to microwave this. You let it kind of simmer. I think it'd probably be smart to try to trade Kyrie if you could trade him to somewhere like Houston I don't know what Kevin Durant and Kyrie's relationship is like moving forward, but like at one point they were boys. They desperately need a point guard. If you're able to get Fred VanVleet and like a young wing prospect and a first-round pick or something for Kyrie, you do that. Because it goes back to what we said with the Heat. Like, they're not going anywhere, so why not try to stockpile some young talent if you can with Kyrie? Build this team around Cooper Flag and, don't take any shortcuts.
Because at least, talking about the Bucks and the Heat again, at least, different from them, they've got their guy. They've got the guy they want to build around,
right.
but the other two don't.
Yep. Now, the Heat are desperate. They don't really try to get their guy through the draft. They try to go land a big fish.
They try to land him through free agency.
Yeah, try to land a star. And Milwaukee, they got lucky and got a generational player in the draft, a decade ago in the middle of the first round. They struck gold. They're going to try to make lightning strike twice again with whoever they take at number 10, maybe Nate Ament. But yeah, if you're Dallas, you're ahead of the curve because you do have, like I said, a top 10 asset right now. And then maybe that goes down a little bit whenever this next draft class gets in tomorrow. Maybe you knock down Cooper Flag below like a Darren Peterson or a DiBentanza, like maybe those guys, or DeBonsa, I always call him DiBentanza. DeBonsa, maybe they get knocked down a bit, but like Cooper Flag's shown he could play at the NBA at a high level. I'm interested to see what happens with college.
I think Tennessee's roster is filled.
Yeah. I assume that the door is shut on JP Estrella once you leave anyways.
I don't want you coming back.
I would say no take-backs, personally. But I do have to say, just from a basketball standpoint, adding another big would be nice. It would be cool to have JP Estrella back, but yeah, I don't think that is a realistic possibility.
No, I think the basketball team will be just fine with the roster they've got, even without too much front court depth. They still got decent pieces there. So,
has there been any talk at all from Michigan on where their search goes?
Not that's come out yet. No.
Okay.
Like anything that I say with Billy Donovan, that's just me speculating based off what I know.
Yeah. No, Donovan's kind of gotten that. He's in that role where he's not working and he's easy to step in and hire, and he's got championships on his resume. Like, he would be an easy person to look at and say, hey, this is a grand slam hire if they're able to pivot. Otherwise, it would just be like, hey, we'll probably just have to promote our lead assistant, and that's not a place you really want to be in as a program. And if you're Michigan, you are a good enough job that Billy Donovan should 100% take the job. From a Tennessee standpoint, that would take him off the market for next year. Not in a replacing Rick Barnes way. I was more so thinking Kentucky fires Mark Pope, and then Billy Donovan would be off the list.
I think Tennessee would go younger. Kind of like you said, it wouldn't be for us. I think Tennessee's going to go younger, though.
Yeah. No, I was looking just at Kentucky because I think Kentucky would be enamored with the big name because Billy Donovan, has coached, great college basketball teams. Iconic.
I could see them maybe going off after a Ben McCollum from Iowa, or they might throw, Byington or Otzelberger or something. But I just have a hard time seeing another college coach leave.
Yeah.
This is a pivot year for Kentucky basketball.
For sure. Yeah. And Pope's either going to get this thing right or they're going to fire him. And if they fire him, then like I said, I think Donovan would be the first choice of a lot of these blue blood teams or a lot of these like highly respected teams. Donovan is not dissimilar from Rick Barnes in that way. Like, of course, Rick Barnes was coaching basketball, but once he got fired from Texas, it was a no-brainer for Tennessee to call it. I give Dave Hart credit for doing the no-brainer thing. I wasn't a huge fan of the move at the time because I didn't think Rick Barnes had, great years ahead of him. I was wrong about that. Very wrong about that. But, he was at a similar point in his career where, hey, you ain't got to worry about hiring him from a different school. Call him. I'd imagine everybody who was looking for a coach next year, their first choice would be like, hey, call Billy Donovan, see what he thinks. So if you're Michigan, you get a chance to do that now in June and turn that over. I'd imagine they try to make – I imagine their plans come to come to light over the next like 5 or 6 hours. There'll be some Michigan.
We'll hear something by the end of the day.
Yeah, there'll be some Michigan on 3 guys that talk about their big board and what their plans are. So I don't think we'll have to wait long to figure that out.
Well, because if this just broke, it's probably been in talks for at least a day or two. So they've caught wind of it by now.
It's kind of out of nowhere, but at the same time, it's not, because Dallas was always linked to at least calling these college coaches. Dusty May and John Shire from Duke were at least talked about. And I don't know if you remember, but if you go back, Dusty May, whenever he basically turned down, like his name got floated with some jobs, and they came out with a report. I remember it said Dusty May will not be taking any other college jobs.
Yeah, emphasis on the college jobs.
Yeah.
Is Nico Harrison still down in Dallas or no?
No, he got fired. They fired him after the loop. They gave him like another basically 8 months, 10 months, and then fired him. Then they fired Jason Kidd too.
How does this compare to the Tony Vitello situation last fall? It's about the same time, at least in the calendar year for their sport. It's happened about the same time. So,
to me, the Vitello thing was way more shocking, just because baseball had never done that.
Sure,
we've seen college coaches in the NBA go to the NBA. Like we've seen that happen before, and it's been rumored enough over the last couple months that this isn't, like I said, a complete shock. The timing of it was, because like it wasn't. Although it is funny, I did see a tweet earlier today that was like, "Hey, the Dallas Mavericks picked number 9 in the draft, and they don't have a head coach." That's one of the first things I read this morning. So I guess they were thinking the same thing as, "Hey, we have to have this coach in place by the draft. We have to know who the hell we're drafting this player for." So, like, from that perspective, maybe it's not shocking. But, Vitello was the best coach in college baseball. I think at this point, you could say Dusty May was the best or second best coach in college basketball. To me, depending on how you feel about Hurley, to me, Hurley and May, they're the last 2 champions. They get to kind of hold that mantle of being the top 2 coaches. Hurley, was rumored.
Well, he almost took the Lakers job.
Was it after the first championship or last year?
I think it was after the first one.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I think it was 2 years ago. He almost took that Lakers job. So, like, the NBA guy always kind of gets rumored, or the college guy always kind of gets rumored to the NBA. So this isn't that shocking. Vitello was like, man, no one in the sport thought that was realistic, because it had never been done before, at least since 1890.
I do think there's comparables, but also think it's different, because it's like with basketball, there's only so many guys you got, and then it's through trades and stuff. Where like for baseball, trades and stuff, that is a big thing, but also it's like about like the farm system and guys progressing through. So I feel like that's a little bit different. To have to manage a team.
Yeah, plus there's the minor leagues. Like you have to go. There's been guys get hired from the minors to be a MLB coach. Like here in America,
the Red Sox did whenever they got rid of Cora. They just promoted the guys from, I think, Worcester.
But like here in the NBA, like the minor leagues are college basketball, so like it's not that unique. Baseball has the whole like clubhouse paying your dues, riding the bus thing that you gotta yield to. So like the Vitello one to me was much more shocking. This one, the timing caught me by surprise, because when you said you had breaking news from Shams, I was thinking we had a trade. Maybe we had an idea of where Giannis was going, but nope. We got a college basketball getting a little bit weaker. It's good for Tennessee. I'm not going to say this eliminates Michigan from like title contention next year.
No, definitely not.
Especially if they hire, Billy Donovan or a proven coach, but they're going to be worse, at least a little bit, without their 3 top 15 draft picks and Dusty May.
And I'll say this too. That period for the players from Michigan to transfer opens 5 days after the new head coach is hired.
Okay. That was, okay.
So it'll be, we probably got another week and change before we could see some players starting to enter, if they decide to do that.
Yeah, but it does kind of suck for them, because I can't imagine there's too many of the elite schools that are like on par with Michigan that have like significant roster spots or money available. Money you can get. Roster spots, though, that's a tough conversation.
Which is probably why the majority of them are going to stay. I don't think you'll see too much movement. You might see 1 or 2, but it would shock me if there's a mass exodus.
Especially from guys that were already there and won a championship. Like you want to still be Michigan guys. Like, but any of the transfers that had no tie other than to Dusty May recruiting them, maybe that's a different story. Last call on the other side. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Last call here on the program. Appreciate you, Josh, for joining us this week. Bubba, appreciate you being Mr. Reliable and holding it down. We got some World Cup action kicking off. I think we said noon earlier. It's actually at 1 p.m. Argentina taking on Austria. France, Iraq, Norway, Senegal, Jordan, Algeria. Another chance to do a little parlay, though, on goal scorers. You can get Messi and Mbappe and Haaland all on the same day again. That paid out pretty well in match one. We'll see if they can recreate that magic in match two. We also have a national championship on the line tonight. We haven't dove into that at all yet, but Oklahoma, one game away from capping off their magical run. They had a chance to do it yesterday, but North Carolina able to get up off the mat. They fell behind 2-0 early, and you thought, oh boy, is Oklahoma really about to do this? But North Carolina battled, was able to win that game 6-2, setting up a winner-take-all game tonight, 7 o'clock in Omaha.
With that, North Carolina is looking for their first ever national championship, whereas Oklahoma's looking, I guess they were last in it in 1994.
Okay.
So not some recent winners we're looking at here at all.
So you're saying Oklahoma won the national championship in 94?
I believe so.
Okay. North Carolina's never won one?
Nope.
I don't know if that should be surprising or not, but it feels surprising. I assume, both teams are going to be in the position where they're just throwing whatever arms they got left.
Yeah, I mean, you can empty the tank today. This is it.
Yeah.
Everybody's available.
Yeah. National championship on the line. look, there are a few things better than just like a winner take all game for a championship. A game 7 in basketball or baseball, obviously the Super Bowl every year. College baseball giving us this one game winner take all on a pretty quiet night. Otherwise,
outside of the World Cup, yeah, that's all you're really looking at.
It's not even the good World Cup games either. Like the good teams play like kind of early in the day.
I mean, Senegal and Norway, that'll be a good one. But
okay.
But
is that just because of Holland?
No, Senegal's pretty good. They're not bad. I know
Yeah.
France kind of handled them the other day, but that's just because France is France. So that should be an entertaining game. And everyone's excited to see Holland. I mean, this is his first World Cup. He's already scored, so that'll be interesting. But no, I mean, college baseball should have center stage at least for the United States. So because some U.S. fans will tune into that soccer game. Like I'll have it on, but I'll probably have both on. I'll probably split screen it or something.
I'll check in on it. A big fever game tonight. Fever Mercury on ESPN for my WNBA guys. But Oklahoma, North Carolina minus 158 on the money line. Do you think they get it done, Bubba, and win their first ever championship?
I do.
Are we rooting for them or do we care?
I don't care personally.
I mean, I don't really want another SEC team to win, but also
especially after how we handled Oklahoma earlier in the year. I mean, it's just kind of like they won it, really.
It does kind of set the table that like we could have maybe made a run like this had we gotten a different draw. Now, it's hard for me to blame the draw when we lose to the 3 and 4 seed.
Yeah.
But like the team that's playing in the national championship is the team that you would have had to have beaten in that regional. And they're pretty good.
But maybe one of those just to show how the SEC is. If we care about that? I mean, I don't really.
I don't get the whole SEC superiority thing, or I get the SEC superiority thing. I don't get like rooting for other SEC schools. I'm like, I do not want to see them win. Like I don't conference pride, I guess is the better word I was looking for. I'm not huge on conference pride.
It is funnier that the longer though, the older I get, the more I kind of understand because I used to hate it too.
I get it, but I'm just like, if it's Alabama versus, random Big Ten or ACC school in the football national title, I don't want to see Alabama win.
For me, baseball doesn't really matter in that regard because we're still the best in baseball. Like I don't think anybody's really coming for that throne. We've won enough championships. But like I will say this year in football, like it was a little tough seeing the Big Ten win a 3rd straight championship. And, this upcoming year, I don't think I would root for Georgia or Texas if they were playing in a national championship against like Ohio State. I don't think I'd really get behind them, but there's at least a part of me that'd be like, you know what?
I wouldn't for Georgia. I would maybe get behind Texas over Ohio State, but definitely not Georgia.
I don't know. Yeah. Like I know a lot of people kind of got behind Ole Miss last year because they didn't have any hatred towards them after the Kiffin stuff. But baseball, though, like we have a firm claim on that. Plus, I don't really view Oklahoma as SEC, even though obviously I know they are. But maybe I just don't have any pent-up aggression against them. Bubba, what do we miss so far today?
So a couple things. One, for UFC news, for the Conor McGregor card coming up in 2 weeks where he takes on Max Holloway, Gable Steveson was set to make his UFC debut there, but he's going to be on the main card. That's no longer happening as he's moving down to the prelims. They're putting up Bobby King Green instead.
Do you think that's because he's not ready and they kind of watch him as like this guy's going to lose, or they're trying
I think so.
Is he fighting the same guy that he would be fighting?
Who?
Gable.
Yeah, he's still fighting the same guy. They just moved it down from main.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I was making sure. I didn't know if they had like tried to like cancel that fight and gave him an easier tune-up because there is some star potential here with Gable Steveson. Like, I mean, just built in with the Olympic wrestling stuff and the WWE thing. Like
he's been in a weird position because it's like he's been a good athlete, a freak athlete at times, but then like off the field stuff, so to speak, kind of shadows and hinders him.
He's got controversy off the field.
He was accused of being a assaulter,
really,
sexual nature.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Stuff like that, which kind of hurt his stock a little bit.
Yeah, I was completely unaware of that off the field stuff.
So
So maybe he doesn't
He's backed by John Jones though, so that's kind of why they had him on the main card to begin with.
Is being backed by John Jones a good thing when it comes to like off the field controversy?
That raises that question.
Okay, well, I will say, and I hate to say it, but that is a little bit of a moral trade-off I do with fighters. It doesn't sound good to say that, but like I don't need my fighters to necessarily be squeaky clean. Do I want everybody to be nice to each other and not be assaulters? Sure. But like if you're in the physical fight game, we've always kind of overlooked that and just said, hey, can you beat the other guy up? Now it might make him more of a villain and maybe you're not rooting for him, but like it doesn't affect, I don't think it affects his standing really in UFC, or at least like long term. It'll come down to whether or not he can fight. If he loses this first fight, it kind of all comes unraveled for him. He has to win this first fight. Do we know what the odds are on this fight? Do we have a gambling lineup for that?
I do not have it at my immediate disposal.
I'm checking it right now. I don't know if it's open because the fight's still 3 weeks away. But.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Greg Hardy won like his first couple of fights, right? You don't remember?
I don't.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I do properly or not either. Gable Stevenson.
He's a minus 2,500 favorite.
Okay, so they're feeding him a loser.
Basically, yeah.
A jobber.
Elijah Ellison.
No offense to Elijah Ellison if he's listening. I don't think you're a loser and you could beat us up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they are doing their best to make sure Gable Stevenson wins a couple fights first and try to get some hype behind him.
Are you a UFC guy? Do you like it?
The truth about me, Josh, is that I dabble with everything.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I'd never would consider myself a UFC guy, but there are plenty of events and plenty of names that I I'll watch, especially now that it's more accessible.
That's what got me.
Paramount.
Them going to Paramount and not having to pay $60 for a pay-per-view on ESPN since it's been more accessible. The first UFC event and fight I sat and watched was Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje.
Okay,
and then I was hooked on that.
Yeah, and that was a war. I mean, yeah, that was a big fight. There were during COVID, I got into it just because it was the only sport going on. So like I know the guys, but like no, I don't consider myself like a UFC guy. But I'll watch the big events. Same as like soccer, the World Cup, obviously. But like I'll watch some Premier League games and some Champions League games if they're big. I just kind of like the drama and storylines of any sport, really. Golf, I'll watch it. Tennis, the Grand Slams, I'll watch those. Boxing, there hasn't really been any boxing fights that's captivated me over the last 5 or 6 years.
We're about to get one though, right? With Fury and Anthony Joshua, isn't that happening?
Okay, that might be one I get watch, but it'll be like kind of like I said about UFC though. If it's $60 or $70 pay per view, probably not. But if they put it on Netflix or one of those,
I would imagine they'd put it on Netflix. They've been doing that a lot recently because like I watched the Anthony Joshua Jake Paul thing when he broke his jaw.
Yeah, but see, that was still a sideshow thing. That wasn't the actual like competition. That was an actual sport. Like real boxing fans still probably get together and would pay $60 or $70 to watch that.
Yeah.
What else, Bubba?
The other thing, not sports related, but in the world of music and rock and roll. So a couple things have happened. One, with Taylor stuff happening at Madison Square Garden, might not happen as unfortunately over the weekend a guy fell from like at least the second level at a Goose concert.
They're not gonna cancel Taylor's wedding for that, are they?
Don't know. Could be a little bad aura vibes happening there.
Oh, well, there's okay.
Guy from Metallica doubled over on stage, and then Rod Stewart also having to stop his performances multiple times to hit an oxygen tank.
I mean, Rod Stewart, how old is he at this point?
I'm going to say at least like 72.
I would say older. I was going to say at least like 78 is where I was saying. He's 81. He's Pat Riley's age. 81 years old is not the time you should be a rock star. And I'm not trying to, make Rod Stewart retire, but if you're in his life, and you're one of his family members or his friends, how do you not be like, hey, brother, like this is going to kill you? And also it's a bad look. It just makes people sad. Movie news though, Bubba.
Did you see Toy Story 5?
I did see Toy Story 5. I did.
I'm debating on going to see it.
I mean, obviously it's not for me as I'm not a kid anymore and I don't have kids, but like I grew up with the characters. I care about the franchise. It was solid. It was good. It's better than 4. It was better than 4. From a storyline standpoint, it was probably better than 3 too. Although 3's just got the third act that's so good.
Is Timothée Chalamet in a new movie?
He was making an announcement, but I was going to say we got over the weekend the Grinch 2 with Jim Carrey.
What?
Yeah, the Grinch. They said Jim Carrey and Ron Howard are back for a How the Grinch Stole Christmas sequel.
That's huge.
That is huge.
You had a Spider-Man trailer come out this past weekend.
Did get a Spider-Man trailer. That'll do it for us. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We'll do it again tomorrow. Sam should be back by Wednesday, so we'll be back to a 4-man crew. But Cody's out all week taking care of his mom and his grandma. The Tony Vasilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.